Love and respect every time. It's your brothers and
You're Israelite, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Brother, listen.
You
You
know.
don't feel good things, mate. But you see right there, there's so much devils,
Yeah.
right?
know.
Like the fruits of the Shrewsbury courts there. Kind of, yeah.
You're
Love and
Israelite.
respect, man.
Respect.
Thank you, you brothers about, man. You know what I mean?
Take care.
Now, because I was going to come and say, like, what, you got a hall pass? There's a joke. Because I
Yeah.
was watching the other, I'm watching something on YouTube.
Right.
There's a rapper and he's making a video in a part of time.
And not really.
Right, look, go there, see straight ahead of you. Walk to straight ahead and there's a church. Yeah, that's the only church that I know of. Straight ahead, yeah? You'll see it. Okay.
Yeah, we're here every Saturday, bro. You go on YouTube, type in GMS London. That's us today.
Always, my brother.
Yeah,
Love and
yeah.
respect
Take
every
care.
time, bro.
Bless.
What, here or just in the vicinity?
We're here every Saturday.
Try a bit more public, man.
We're always public, bro. This is public.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hustle and bustle.
No, we're everywhere, bro. But
Say
this
no
is
more.
no, I'm
Listen,
saying,
love
take
and
us to
respect,
you.
guys.
Bless. Take care.
Alright, bro.
Peace. Yeah, it's ready. It was actually ready on.
Yeah, that's
Literally,
cool,
yeah.
Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
Ba'ashem,
Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, blessings to the hopefuls and say elect. Sorry, okay. Yeah, man, we're just out here, man. You know, we're out here for Jake. We're not just any Jake, but the Israel, the Most High, the elect. You will start off with Jeremiah 5.
Yep.
Because we had that Jake come up and he was asking about what we're doing here, but then he said that he knows about the Hebrew Israelite. But you know, Jake, man, unless something serious is happening, like critical, pertaining to like life and death situations, that's when Jake want to take things serious, man. Like until something comes to their doorstep, so to speak, and reality hits them, like the MOT to the B or the time of Jacob's trouble, that's when Jake's gonna start, searching for the truth. But by then it's gonna be too late. You know, we already, we're out here every week because we told the brother, and it's up to him whether he's gonna come out or not. But the way the way he was talking is just like he's just passing through. He's not gonna stick around, so to speak. But Jake needs to get this
Yeah.
truth while they're getting is good, man, because things about to take a major turn, man.
That's it.
In regards to prophecy, man, all hell's about to break loose.
That's it.
Go ahead, Art.
What do you want in Jeremiah?
Start from one.
top. So Jeremiah 5:1, run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it.
See, Jake's supposed to be at the time of what? The famine of the word. I mean, just this week you had some guys, some Edomites, trying to, false prophesy outside of a LGBT pride festival, whatever it was, and they got arrested. Like, but that's a psyop, man, because that's a psyop for the men of the Lord. Because Esau's trying to basically demonize this truth. He's trying to demonize people preaching the Bible, man. He doesn't want the Bible verses coming out on the main highways and hedges. And like that guy was saying, we need to go to the broad place. We are in the broad places. We're always on the highways and hedges. That's where we've been commanded to go. He wants us to go to the ghetto. We ain't out here to go to no hoods. You see what happens when you go to the fucking hood. You end up with being around a bunch of gremlins. The scriptures call them people scorpions, man. So we ain't going to the fucking ghetto to be around niggas. That's what he was talking about. But we're out here, man. We're out here in the highways and hedges, in the public, in the broad places, man. As we always have been. Go ahead, Art.
That's it. So real quick. It says Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye Yahweh while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
Yeah, the Lord's still near. How do you know the Lord's still near? Well, the men of the Lord are still out here on the highways and hedges. That's how you know the Lord's still near. Because once the men of the Lord have been called off the streets, that's when it's not the doors of mercy are going to be closed. And the doors of judgment are going to be kicked wide open, man. Right. And then it's going to be a free for all you niggas out here, man. Because the Lord's pouring out mass judgment. As we're saying every week, man, there's always more headlines coming out of Jake's is getting mad judgments, man. Getting caught up in manslaughters and, attempted murders and women getting killed, getting the children being killed and the husband killing himself after. There's a lot of that's been going on, man. Within Israel, and other nations, the heathen nations, man, especially Esau, Edom, because Esau's spirit is not upright, that's in him. So he's out here to slaughter and shit, because he's the first murderer, man. You know, so there's mass judgment going on right now, man, and it's only going to increase and get worse.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Real quick, this is Matthew 24:12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah, man, and more as we've been saying, more judgment is about to ensue in the society, man. It's only going to get worse. You get Amos 8
Yep, got
as
it.
well.
This is Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, right, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh.
Exactly. So that's what we're trying to tell Jake, man. You know, get this truth while the getting is good.
Yeah.
Because there's gonna come a time where you're gonna be relying on just what you see on the internet, and even that's gonna be censored. They're gonna start censoring more and more, man.
Yeah.
And cutting shit down.
Yep.
Especially in the time of Jacob's trouble, when all hell's breaking loose, like a zombie type of apocalypse is taking place in society. There ain't gonna be they're gonna shut shit down, man. They're gonna lock down the cities. Klaus Schwab, is coming up with new situations where he wants to do a major lockdown again. So they're planning, man. They're planning this third this tyranny upon the tribes, man. Jacob's trouble is definitely around the corner.
That's
And
it.
already the MOT to the B is already here. They just gotta make it mandatory, man. You know. So where are the ends, man? There ain't much time left. The end is nigh.
That's
You
it.
wanna get underneath?
It says in Psalms 37:12, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. Right? So he's talking about how these elites, they're plotting, man. They got these plans, right? But the main people they're plotting against is the elect, man. My brother was going into this example of what was which got this example, right, of the people teaching the scriptures, right? But who really are they coming for, man? Right?
When you done with that, get Amos 5.
Yep.
Start from like 10 or whatever.
It says Amos 5 and 10. Right? It says they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
Yeah, this is the thing that we have to deal with, when we're in this truth. That we're gonna be hated more than loved, man. The Lord said, blessed is he that is revolted or reviled, for his namesake, It's like, for his namesake. Meaning you're gonna be hated more than loved, man. You're gonna be the offscouring of society, so to speak. But we're doing the bidding of the Lord. We're doing the will of the Father, man. In the eyes of Him, we're doing the right thing. In the eyes of the world, it's foolishness, man. It doesn't make sense. Like, you should just be out here living your life type spirit. Because that's the world, man. But we're against this world. The Lord is against this world because of the evil spoken of. Go ahead. Carry on.
Verse 11. For as much therefore as your treading is upon the poor, and you take from them burdens of wheat, ye have built houses of hewn stone, but ye shall not dwell in them.
Good.
Ye have planted pleasant vineyards, but ye shall not drink the wine thereof.
Good.
For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. They afflict the just, they take a bribe, and they turn aside the poor in the gate from their right.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of wickedness going on in Israel. We're gonna get into that as well, man. A lot of vain, false leaders out here.
Yep.
Mainly of these mega camps / churches. Like the IUIC and the ISUPK, man, and Sakari as well. All these different groups with them acronyms and stuff like that. They all got their own issues, man. And mainly because they're out here they got other agendas. A lot of them guys have been compromised as well. As I just mentioned to the brother, I watched a new docu-series on Netflix called How to Be a Cult Leader, man. And that was going into all these different false prophets and false leaders. The Gandhis, the Jim Jones, and all these the Manson family and all that, Charles Manson and that, going into all these different heathens and how they basically use their personality, cult of personality, to swindle the people to follow them and to make money off them, man, like Jim Jones was doing, man. That wicked ass devil. And then he led people down. He led his congregation to the slaughter, basically, and killed a whole bunch of people because they wanted to follow his pernicious ways, man, that lead to destruction.
There was that one in Kenya that's been happening in Kenya, where basically the the pastor got a whole load of people to basically starve themselves to death. I think the death toll is like in the hundreds, couple of hundred people dead.
Yeah. Well, that's what these devils do. And when you want to follow these guys, that's what happens to you, man. You get led down the wrong path. When the true men of the Lord are out here warning you of these wolves in sheep's clothing, man, especially in Israel. And we're telling you, like, by the way of their doctrine, that these guys ain't right, man. Because they keep switching up and remixing the scriptures, you know. But that's only for the elect to be aware of, because the Lord ain't coming to save all Israel on this side, man. The 2/3, they're not sealed for salvation. They're sealed for damnation.
That's it. But that's why you have to be like the Church of Berea, man. And that's one of the things that Paul commended. I believe it was Paul. But then also the apostles speak on it all the time, right? About how these people, they're not reading what their leaders are saying, so they're just going along with it, right? Without any understanding. Because if you read the scriptures, you'd be like, but wait, there, the scripture says this, right?
I got that thing real quick. This is the book of Acts, the 17th chapter, from verse 10. And the brethren immediately sent away to Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming hither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those of Thessalonica, and that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so.
That's it.
So go back to Amos 5. And done. Amos 5 and 26.
This is Amos 5 and 13 now. It says, therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time.
Exactly, and that's what we're here to tell you. That's why we're out here, man, in the rain. You see how it's pouring down, pissing down with rain. But we've been commissioned to come out here on the highways and hedges by the Lord, man. This is what you call doing the will of the Father. Everything else outside of that is called gimmicks, man. Because all we've been commanded to do is preach the word, preach the gospel to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. You know, whether they're here or forbid. And once we've done our job, you know, we're gonna be called off the streets. You know, as he's gonna continue to read, our tongues are gonna cleave to our mouths, and the Lord's gonna draw us back, meaning that we ain't gonna be out here on the highways and hedges no more. You know, the brother said we was a breath of fresh air when he saw us standing here, but sooner or later, you ain't gonna see us out here. That breath of fresh air is gonna be gone. And what are you gonna do, man? You're gonna be out here struggling because you had the chance to get this truth, and you wanted to ignore it, man. For whatever reason, man, ego, whatever, pride, you know, for whatever reason, man, or just because the Lord's not dealing with you. Go ahead.
Verse 14, seek good and not evil, that ye may live. And so Yahweh, the God of hosts, right, shall be with you as he have spoken. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord Yahweh, right, God of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing out here, to establish the good and expose the hate, expose the wicked, man. And this whole society is based, you know, in fraud and wickedness, man. You know, and that's what we're here to expose. And that's why the world's against us, because the Lord said the world hated if you don't know that it hated him first. Because the works that he speaks thereof are evil. Because the Lord was never about this world, man. You know, the Lord was never about the world that was 2,000 years ago, you know, when the Romans was ruling, man. Because it was wicked back then and it's wicked even now. This is Rome 2.0, man. And it's about to fall all over again. Rome is in a fall, man, by way of nuclear fire, man.
Right.
You see what's happening now with the BRICS society and all that. The BRICS are getting more and more, you know, power, man, basically. They're gaining more and more power and strength against America and that American dollar, man, you know. So that World War III is coming.
I got this one. So, go Jeremiah 5 and then
26.
26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men.
Yeah, that's these cult leaders, man. And the word cult just means, you know, to pay homage or to worship. You know, when you look up the etymology, that's what it means. So the word cult is not a bad word. You got cult, and then you got occult, which occult means seek, to be hidden, or to be secretive. That's what a cult means, you know. But cult itself, to cultivate culture, it just means a form of worship, man. So when they say there's a cult leader, it's not really a bit, but Esau puts bad connotations on words, because, you know, that's what he does. You know, it makes he works on people's emotions, man. That's the devil for you. But anyway, these guys are basically different cults of personality. You got a Nate, you know, he figures himself, you know, the top man in Israel, you know, speculations of him calling himself Elijah and all that, which is straight up BS.
Wow.
He's strictly, he's against the scriptures, man. You know, he's not pushing the word, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, you know. And we already know what main topic he's against, the MOT to the beat, you know, as well as other things as well, like the Great Doctrine and stuff of that nature. These guys are bugging out, man. These guys are all bugged out, man. ISUPK, they got their you know, their holes in their doctrine. Sakari, they got their holes in their doctrine too. So these guys, they're not all the way right, man. A lot of these guys are just trying to catch men, catch souls, because that brings in currency, man. It brings in wealth.
Well, Matthew 24:24. But there shall arise false messiahs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not.
Yeah, and that's going to be happening as well. Esau, you know, going to be trying to present false messiahs, but also you got some false messiah, false prophets in Israel, man. You got many in Israel, more false prophets than, you know, men of the Lord, really. And they ain't got all the secrets. The only man that's got the secrets is the true prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's the only the people that the Lord revealed these secrets to, servants, the prophets. So not every man's a prophet, man. You can call yourself a prophet, but are you a prophet of the Lord or you're a prophet of Baal, man? You know, because the Lord said that if a prophet be deceived, he has deceived him. You know, so a lot of these guys out here, they think themselves to be prophets, but really they're not the prophets of the Lord. They're not prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. They're prophets of Baal.
But it's 2 Peter 2:1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
Yeah, what's one of them damnable heresies saying that the MOT to the B is not the chip? That's a damnable heresy, something that's going to basically condemn people, because if you take that mark, which is a sin to take that mark, you're going to get put to death, because you can't repent from that sin. That's a sin unto death. You know, if you take that mark, which is the chip. And a lot of jakes, they're going to go flocking, man, because we've been telling you, Apostles been saying it, man. When they make that chip mandatory, a lot of jakes are going to be scrambling. A lot of jakes are going to go, you know, be confused, and they're going to end up taking it. And guys like Nate are probably going to give them advice to go and take it, like he did when the stabbing jab came. And 20 people, over 20 people died in his congregation from listening to his advice about taking the stabbing jab. That's why I was referencing that program called, you know, how to be a cult leader, because Jim Jones led a lot of people astray, man. And Nate is the black Jim Jones of Israel, man. Nate is a black Jim Jones, man, because he led a whole bunch of his congregation to the sword, man, to death. And when this MOT to the B comes, it's going to lead them down that same path again, because he's not teaching them the truth, man. So he's the black Jim Jones, man, because he's in this thing for money and all that, and the numbers. They look the part, but really they're not the men of the Lord, man. They're feigning the word, man, as we always say. You want to say something?
I was going to say, Apostle Tahar was theorizing about, you know, ways that Esau Edom could introduce the chip. And one of the ways is, well, evidently through the UBI system that they're currently developing, where with the current crash of the financial systems across the world, they could easily introduce that as a saving grace of, you know, here's the extra $2,000 a month on top of your salary for you to take the system and embrace it and be an ambassador of it. And, you know, Jake being the poorest group within the society will jump on that like hotcakes, and you're gonna have men like Nate definitely selling that, man. You know,
the majority of jakes are out of work as well. So if you're out of work and you're gonna get $2,000 a month, non-taxed, you know, untampered with, on top of it, even if you're working, you get on top of your salary. Yeah, a lot of jake are gonna go flock into that, because they're gonna think that's you know, some extra pocket money, not knowing that you got to take that damn chip to get that money. And if you take that chip, you condemned yourself.
Yep. And that's
you sold your soul out for $2,000. You sold your soul for $2,000, man. You know, or 2 bags, as they say over here in London. 2 bags.
You want to get that 2 bags?
You know what I'm saying? You sold your soul for 2 bags, 2,000 euros.
I've got a quick one.
Proverbs 22:3, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Yeah, and like Apostle's been saying that they're going to change the whole financial structure. Infrastructure's been changed as we speak. Everything's gone digital. So we see it, man, because we're prudent. We're watching. The Lord said to be mindful, man, to watch as well as pray. To be circumspect. So we're watching. So when they do bring that new system, because they even got palm reading technology over there in America now, where you can just pay with the palm of your hand. So you already know what's coming next. That's what you call gradualism. They're gradually bringing it in. That's why in Revelations 13 and 16, it says he causeth.
Mm.
And that word causeth, paieo in the Greek, paieo means to prepare.
Yep.
He causeth, man. He's preparing the peoples by using gradualism for this new way of buying and selling, man.
Yeah.
To receive that mark. So now they got, payment tills. All you have to do is pay with the palm of your hand, or they got the retina ones where you got to use your eye scan, and you can pay with your eye ID and all that stuff. That's what they're doing now, man. But then eventually it's gonna be, you got to have that biometric device within you. You can no longer use a QR code or quick response code or use a phone app on your phone. You're gonna be the app. Your body's gonna become the app, man.
They're gonna do a whole thing about security app, because right now it's in your phone, but then they're gonna be like, but what if your phone gets stolen, or what if this and that gets stolen? Just put it inside you.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, like here in London, where it's where the system's ready,
No, sir.
right? Because this month I've been trying to spend cash instead of tapping. Just trying to see if that helps spending, but it's hard to spend cash these days. You go to certain shops, they're like, look, we don't take cash no more, man. Why? Because they're already on board with the system.
Yeah, everyone has to be involved, man. That's why
That's
it's a new world order, meaning that everyone's going to be involved, whether they like it or not. They're going to have to accept it because it's going to be the new way of currency, monetary system in society, man.
Yeah, man. Because I was saying in certain shops, you have like so many tills and they're only card only, and then you have that one cashier that is actually accepting cash, and then that would be a long line, and people be, I'm just gonna go for the convenience. That's one of the things Scripture says as well, about the deception when it comes to this MOTB. People are gonna be, are gonna look at it like it's some, thing of convenience, something cool, right?
Yeah,
that's how they
new,
gonna get
new
got.
trend, man. Jake love trends, and it's going to be major because Jacob dependent on whatever criteria has been pushed in society, man. They everything based in the economy. Jake follow because they're followers, man. They're like sheep led to the slaughter. Because we don't make the money, we don't print the money. We receive the money from the fucking government.
Yeah.
In our paychecks and all that, we don't pay ourselves. So they have to go along to get along, so to speak. So a lot of Jakes. That's why it says, "Woe unto you that put your trust in Egypt, man." Because you're putting you're putting all your eggs in one basket, thinking that this place is gonna be your deliverance, and really it's gonna be your damnation. If you take that mark, man, because the Lord said, use but not abuse.
So
Because the fashion of this world is gonna pass away, man. This is not our rest. So we ain't supposed to think, this is it. So we can just trust everything this devil's saying. No, the devil's trying to plan major tyranny, major crises to destroy you, man. That's what it's all about, to enslave you, turn you into a digital slave.
Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment.
Yeah, because the scripture says the simplest believeth every word, man. You want to say something?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I was just gonna say, hey, the scripture said, man, follow not a multitude to do evil. Just because something gives you comfortability does not mean that it's a good thing. Just because your flesh feels good when you're doing something doesn't necessarily mean that it's a righteous thing, man. Like it's been said many years ago, hey, sex is sex, but you can have sex with a married woman and that's still gonna be pleasurable to your flesh, but it's off in the spirit, man. You're gonna be destroyed off the back of it, man. You might take that MOTB and for a day or two you might be able to eat the faintings of this world, but you're gonna suffer and be destroyed at the end of it because you sold your soul onto this devil, man.
On that precept, there's a terminology that Esau calls groupthink, right? And he understands the power of groupthink. Like, for instance, all of the experiments they'll do where everyone else is an actor, but you got one person, and then that one person although knowing what they're doing is dumb, right, follows what the rest of the group do, right? And that's what's going to happen with a lot of people when it comes to this MOTV. They're going to want to fit in, right? They're not going to be the one that's in the slow queue having to do things because, I didn't want to, comply, right? Esau's going to get people by following that multitude and understand that people, that's how people do. Scripture says in Psalm 64th chapter, right, that the heart is deep, man. These devils go into everything.
As you can see, people are a bunch of followers, man. People are followers, not leaders, man. So they're going to follow the multitude to do evil. And the Lord said it, man. They that give consent shall be had in derision, man. So if you take that mark, yeah, you might be good for a while, but in the long run, you're going to have sores in your body. You're going to receive cancers in your body because of that sore that taken from the chip. Putting that technology inside of you, you're going to receive a sore in your body, man. It tells you that Revelation 16. And then on top of that, you're going to be catching hell. The Lord's going to make sure you catch hell. It's not going to be an easy ride for you. Yeah, you took the chip, but
Quick one.
all bets is off. The Lord's not going to, have no hedge of mercy on you. Now you're just going to be out there for the wolves to tear until the nuclear missiles come, if you even last that long. But you're going to be catching hell, man. Literally. You're going to be catching more hell than if you didn't take the chip.
Yep. Real quick, Luke 17:32 and 33. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it.
So that's exactly what's going to happen. A lot of people are going to seek to save their life, and they're going to end up losing it, man, because they're going to believe the devil in all deceivableness and unrighteousness. Believe this devil, thinking that that's going to be their salvation. When your salvation is the Lord Yahweh Shai, man, talking about Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Our salvation is the Holy One of Israel, not East or Edom, man. Not this New World Order, But the Lord is the one that's basically setting, distinguishing the groups, man. The ones that's going to be saved and not be saved. It's the Lord. It's down to the Lord anyway. That mark, that MOT to the B is the Lord's mark. Because the ones he doesn't love, the ones he doesn't want to deliver, he's going to make sure you take that mark so he can judge you. And the ones that he does love, he's going to make sure you don't take that mark so you don't get that judgment. You get that exemption from judgment, which is the spiritual mark, the Dawah, which only the elect are going to have that written in their foreheads, like it tells you in the book of Revelation. Only the 144,000 had the name of the Lord written in their foreheads, man, which is that spiritual mark from exemption from judgment. It's down to the Lord ultimately, but we still got to do our part, man, to make sure we're not on the wrong side of the judgment seat, man, the wrong side of the Lord. We want to be on the right side.
Proverbs 3:31. And be thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. For the forward is an abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous. And there's many secrets, man. First and foremost, starting off with the fact that the Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, his son's name is Yahweh Shai, man. The MOTB is undoubtedly the majority of our people, because they envy the ways of the oppressor. They look at these Edomites, and some of them are clued up on the financial gain that these devils have. They want to live like these devils. They want to have the bacheloresque lifestyle that these devils have, and that's why a lot of our people glamorize and idolize celebrity culture, because at the end of the day, celebrities are the closest thing that Jake have to being close to Esau Edom. So they love that. They love that shit. But we're supposed to literally be here in the spirit of mourning, man. It's better to enter into the house of mourning than into the house of feasting, as it's written.
That's what Jake failed to realize, man. They think everything's about fun and games. Well, as he says in Jeremiah, which I want to read that now, the last verse. So read that for you. What are you gonna do in the end thereof? That's what the precept says. I've got it right here. It's Jeremiah, which I was reading earlier. Jeremiah 5:31. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means. And my people love to have it so. And that's Jake. They're complacent, man. They love to hear the soft things. They want to hear the smooth things and prophesy deceits. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear about Jacob's trouble. They don't want to hear about, civil unrest and famines and all of that, because that's harsh times, basically. That's harsh realities, but that's the truth. You got to be able to deal with that, because that's what's coming. It's called prophecy, man. The Lord didn't say everything in the scriptures is going to be sweet, man. Things are going to be bitter too. You know, the Lord said you're going to have to eat the whole roll. So when you eat the whole roll, there's sweet parts and there's bitter parts, man.
Mm.
But it's all circumferenced around what? The truth. Because there's only one truth. So you can't avoid Jacob's trouble because you don't want to hear it. Romans 3:3, man.
Mm.
Because you don't believe in it or you don't want to hear it, doesn't mean that it's not going to come to pass. It's going to even be more of a shock for you not ignoring it in the first place, man. So as the scripture said, Jake love to have it so because they love this. They want to live in comfort, man, in Babylon.
Okay,
And let me finish this, bro. They love to have it so. It says, and what will you do in the end thereof? So what are you going to do when the MOT to the B becomes mandatory, man? And we've been telling you that chip was coming. We've been telling you that they're going to make this chip mandatory. What are you going to do in the end thereof? Nate, ISUPK, all you guys that want to push that the MOT to the B is not the chip. What are you going to do in the end thereof, man? When Esau makes it mandatory, you're going to look stupid, man. And it's going to prove even more so that you guys are a bunch of hirelings. You're charlatan leaders, man. You're not the true men of the Lord. You don't care about the flock. You care about the flock paying, keeping your pockets fat. That's what you care about, man. And everything's being exposed, man. The Lord's exposing you guys. And even more so when they bring that chip, make it mandatory, you guys are going to be out there for everyone to see. But you're the false leaders. Go ahead.
This is Micah 3:9. It says, hear this, I pray you, ye heads of Jacob. Oh, Slucky, actually, you wanted something before this, isn't it? Ecclesiastes. Let me grab that real quick fast. It says, Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting.
I was gonna say as well. Your most important lessons, you learn your most important lessons through suffering.
Yeah.
That's why Yahushua, ultimately, even though he didn't want to, even he prayed 3 times, he sweated blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he asked the Lord, Father, is there any way that this can be taken away from me? And the Heavenly Father didn't answer him. So ultimately, he went through that crucifixion, man, as hellish as it was. But ultimately, now he's in the heavens, and sat on the right hand side of the Father, and the 24 elders in the heaven, casting their thrones down at his feet, man, saying, worthy is the Lamb. He got his just position basically because he suffered for it, man. And that's why we've got to continuously suffer also, man, because ultimately we're being proven for the kingdom of heaven and that elect slot. That's what I was saying.
No, and that's it, man. That's it. That's what I was gonna say. So Karen says, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, but that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Right? So in the house of mourning, man, you getting your mind prepared, right? Because if you're just in this, happy-go-lucky spirit all the time, right? Despite the fact that there's evil, Ephesians speaks about the evil time, man, right? So other scripture says, awake ye, basically out of that slothful sleep, man, that slothful spirit, because this is an evil time, man. Bad things are about to happen, and as Bob was going into, earlier on, a couple of minutes ago, right? That's what's going to hit people so hard, man. When Esau collapses this system, right? That people are going to be out here hurt, man. Right? They're going to be hurt, and they're not going to know what to do, right? And so that's why it's imperative, right, that you understand from now what the MOTB is. See, for us, right, the Spirit has had it whereby because the Lord has opened our eyes to see it, right? When it comes to pass, we're not going to be scared of it. We've been mentally prepared for a time when we ain't going to have anything, man, right? Because we believe the scriptures. We read the scriptures when it says that they shall be cast out of your houses in 2 Ezra 16, man. Right? We read that and we believe it, and we're just waiting for it to come.
Habakkuk 2 tells you that the prophets, the prophecies are not tarrying anymore, man. So we ain't got to wait too much longer. This chip situation is right at the door. It's months away. It's not no years away. It's literally months away because these devils are touting this new system now, man. They're advertising the chip, basically.
Yeah.
They're making it popular in society. Why? Because that's the final phase of their new world order. So they have to promote it, man, harder than ever before to make people, used to this way of new form of buying and selling. That's why we talked about the gradualism and how they got new forms of payment now. The QR codes and quick response this, quick response that. You got the iRetina, payment scheme, payment type scheme. Then you got the hand payment, all biometric basically. But that final biometric is going to be a device you're going to stick in your body, man, and that's against the scriptures. The Lord said you're not supposed to, you're not allowed to stick anything in your body. No needle, no nothing, man. It's against the law, you know. So that still stands to this day. You got guys out there that say the Old Testament is non-exist, like the law doesn't exist anymore. The law still stands, man. It tells you that in the book of Romans that the law still stands. Still to this day, whether it's Old Testament or New Testament, man, the law's not done away with. The Lord said that himself.
Mhm.
So what are you guys talking about? The Old Testament, like the scriptures, the law's done away with. So that's why you guys are out here just eating any type of abominations, and you think like the law's cool with it. The law's not cool with that, man.
Mm.
You're putting yourself in damnable situations where the Lord gonna judge.
I got this. This is Psalms 103:1, a psalm of David. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord Yahweh, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies. And that all comes from the Lord, the Heavenly Father. The Lord Most High is the only one that ultimately can deliver us from the hell that's coming. And he's the Most High for a reason, because no one can bring more heavy-handed wrath than the Lord.
Yeah.
And no one can also show much more love and kindness than the Heavenly Father. He's the ultimate balance of both skills.
Yeah.
And if you're on the left-hand side of the Lord, man, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. That's why the Apostle Paul emphasized many times that he has the diligence that he had, because of the fact that ultimately he feared the Lord, man. And he knew that ultimately the Lord was coming to bring great damnation upon the earth, and he had to also ultimately fight for his position and justify why he was going to be saved. And we all got to do the same and fight for our crown, man. And that goes into suffering, even if we got to die for the fact that we ain't going to take the MOTB, even to that point, because ultimately, if you got wisdom, you know you're going to die anyway if you do take it. You know, so why not die for righteousness' sake rather than suffer with the wicked?
And the first step of that process of the Lord protecting you is you gotta repent, man. You gotta turn back to the Lord and make supplications, man. And that's what Jake failed to do. There's more atheist Jakes out here than ever before in history, man. There's more Jakes saying that they don't believe in a higher power no more, and that than ever in history. And that's why the Lord's gonna judge a lot of Jakes, man. Because 2/3 of Jake, they've gone out of the way. They're far gone. They're reprobate. They're gone. The whole head is sick, man. And the only, recourse to their actions is going to be death, you know? And you forget about the Christian church, because the Christian church, they've been losing followers, man, because their shit's all over the place, man. That's nothing but a song and dance, man. You don't believe us, watch, they cloned Tyrone, whatever that film is called, or whatever they call it.
Still, yeah, they cloned Tyrone.
They cloned Tyrone. Watch that, and you see how much of a joke the Christian church really is. And Esau set that shit up, man.
Yeah. That's it.
To keep you Jakes docile, man.
But
Basically, it's like a social club for idiots. The Christian church.
so that was one of the verses in Jeremiah 5, right, about the harlot houses.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 5:7. How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me, and sworn by them that are no gods. When I had fed them to the full, then they committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the harlot houses.
Yeah, because you worship a so-called white Jesus, man. That's who you worship. That's who you bow down to every Sunday when you go to them damn harlot houses, man. Following after your damn woman. You're bowing down to a false Messiah, man. Thinking that the Lord's a so-called white man. And to have leprosy is a curse in the Bible, you know. So how the hell has the Lord got leprosy, man? How the hell are you going to bow down to a white image, man? That don't even make sense. Every other nation under the sun bow down to their own culture's image. Like the Chinese, they bow down to Buddha and all that. You know, the Indians, they bow down to Hindu or Vishnu or Shiva, which look like them basically. Images that look like them. You know, we're the only nation, the niggas and the Latinos are the only nation on the earth that bow down to a white image, man. No other nation does that, man. They bow down to their own fucking images.
That's it.
Their own people, basically. We're the only ones that do that. Why? Because we suffer from slave mentality, man. We're under that Stockholm syndrome, man. We love our oppressors too fucking much, especially the nigger woman. And you nigger woman, man, you're gonna feel it in these last days, man. You're gonna find out that all that bullshit feminism and all that you've been following and all that lusting after the so-called white man, all that was to your fucking destruction, man.
Son. He was talking about slave. This is Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
Yeah, Jake's spoiled, man. Jake's broken, man. They've been over here in the West too long, like the
Way
apostles
too.
say.
Way too.
They've been westernized, man. Just like in the ancient Greek times, it was Hellenized. It was following the way of the Greeks. After Antiochus, was persecuting the Israel and made them basically forced them to, take on Hellenistic ways. He forced them to turn into Greeks, basically.
Mm.
And that's why you got Jakes that was, heavily into that Greek culture back then. They followed the Greekish fashion. They was wearing their hats. They was wearing, the Roman togas and shit like that. Tattooing themselves, all that, dressing like the heathen, shaving themselves, not circumcising their children
Yeah.
or themselves. And that's what Jacob
Yeah.
doing today, man.
Yeah.
Jacob following the way of the heathen. They got tattoos.
Yeah.
They're shaving off their heads. They're shaving off their beards. I mean, you had this Jake come on a comment, do a video talking about how Jake's been misled because we're telling them to shave their beards. The scriptures tell you that not to shave your beard, man.
That's
The
it.
scriptures tell you that a man's supposed to have a beard on his face. That's part of
manly dignity.
that's part of his glory, man. That's how you recognize a man from a woman. Distinctions, man. It's called characteristics, man. Facial characteristics. A man's supposed to have a beard, just like a lion's supposed to have a male lion is supposed to have a mane.
That's it.
And that's how you distinguish a male lion from a female lion. Because if the male lion didn't have a mane, you'd think it was a female. That's why the Lord distinguished them in the first place.
Yeah.
This guy came on, did a video talking shit, trying to quote Leviticus 21:5, but he failed to read Leviticus 19 and 27, where it tells you that all Israel is supposed to have beards on their face. So you're not supposed to shave the head of your head bald or make cuttings in your, cut corners of your beard or your face or your head, basically. You're not supposed to have lineups and all of that, So what are you talking about, man? That's Jake. They want to be conformed to the society.
Real quick, I'm just gonna read straight to the point, right? It says 2 Samuel 10:4 and 5 says, wherefore Hanun took David's servants and shaved off one half of their beards and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jericho until your bees be grown, and then return.
So it was a shameful thing for a man to shave off his beard, man. You'll be put out of the city, put out of the congregation until your beard grows back.
Yeah.
It's just like someone having a form of leprosy, man. You'd be put out of the camp, like Moses' sister, Miriam, man. She got put out of the camp for 7 days because she was leprosy, man. She had leprosy. And that they've been saying there's a curse of leprosy been spreading around over there in Florida, I think it is. As of lately, like there's been a high rate of people catching leprosy over there. And that's a curse, man. That's not a blessing. That's a curse. That's a plague from the Lord, showing you that to look like the so-called white man is not a blessed thing. It's not good to look as one dead. It's not good to look like a damn vampire, man.
To be allergic to the sun.
That's a curse, man. How can you be allergic to the sun, which the Lord made the sun for our benefit, for your body to get that natural sunlight, the sun rays, natural vitamin D from the sun, and you have that melanin, which is like a UV light to protect your skin from catching cancer. Esau hasn't got that UV protection.
Yeah,
he's open to he's open to nature, man.
That's it.
That's why nature's against him.
Yeah, but when you look at like Australia, it's high incidence rates of melanoma, which is skin cancer, man.
Exactly. So how's it a blessing to look as one dead, to have leprosy? That's a curse. But you got Jake's bowing down in the damn church to a white image, acting like that's the Lord. That's the devil, man, that you're bowing down to.
You wolf, man.
And Jake still, that's why we call it plantation Christianity, because it's been going on since slavery, man. Esau is the one that introduced that white Jesus to us in the first place. Jake, I love to have it so, as I read earlier.
Real quick, this is Deuteronomy.
So man's supposed to have a beard on his face, man. Don't listen to no guy telling you don't have to have a beard on your face, man. He wants you to shave your shit off with a Gillette razor.
Yep.
Like to say like you're supposed to have your chin strap smooth like a baby's bottom. No, you're not. You're supposed to have a beard on your fucking face. The hair grows in your face for a reason.
This is Deuteronomy 28:36. Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone.
Yeah, and that's part of the Roman custom to shave your beard, shave off your head and all that. Man. That's a Roman custom. Man.
Yeah, that ain't what we did.
No,
You know, that's you know, that's why, for instance, you look at old what do you call it, old frescoes or whatever,
busts and shit.
yeah, and then although Esau tries to iconoclast it, right, you will still be able to be like, no, but that's the fashion of an Israelite or whatever, what have you, man.
Yeah, most of those busts and all that. When you see the like Nerva and Gallagher,
Yeah,
Galabar and all that, and Septimius, Severius, and different Caesars after 96 AD, you notice that they have a beard on their face. They have that woolly hair texture, and they have a beard on their face, man. Before that, in Julius Caesar and all them different Vespasian and that, they have fucking no beards on their face. They got smooth baby bottom faces, man. Why? Because that's how you can distinguish who was an Israelite leader and who was a Edomite Caesar. You know, that's how you can distinguish, man.
so
That's like what's his name? Marcus Aurelius. He's got a nice big beard. His son Commodus, he got a big beard. That's how you know that's Jake that was ruling. That was Jake that was sitting on the throne.
yeah, and proof of that, who is the one in this kingdom that pushes not having a beard? That's Esau.
What's up, y'all? So I've just quickly you can do a quick Google, man. There's many websites that go into the benefits of having a beard.
Yeah.
One of them being,
but before we go into that, the Lord made it, right?
Yeah.
So,
and all things are good unto him.
you know, the only thing, for instance, that I can think of off the top of my head, right, where the Lord, which made it and then tells you not to get rid of it is the foreskin, man, right? But that was another once also, right, as a means to identify who the Israelites are and who isn't.
Yeah. 8 benefits of having a beard from the website Mo Bros. And there's many different websites that go into this. So number 1, protects from the sun and prevents skin damage. According to research from the University of Southern Queensland, beards can not only protect your skin from sunburn, but also reduce your risk of serious skin damage by blocking up to 95% of the sun's harmful UV rays. Keeps you warm in winter and colder months. One of the benefits of having a beard is during the cold time of the year, beards help to keep our faces warm and insulates the face. Assists those with asthma and reduces allergies. Beards can also make life easier for men who suffer from asthma. It turns out facial hair such as beards, moustaches, and even nose hair help prevent pollen and dust from getting into the respiratory system.
And that's why you got hairs in your nose. That's why you got eyelashes to stop the dust, help stop the dust going into your thing. I forgot what the eyebrows do, but that has a purpose. You look at it, it's only a thin little line of hair, right? But it has purpose because when the Most High designed it, when you read Genesis at the end of every day, what was it says? And the powers looked at the work and they saw it was good, right? The Lord made everything in its perfection, man. But
these dumb bitches shaving off their eyebrows,
to redraw it on,
and tattooing a fucking fake eyebrows, and some shit on their head. You know that don't even make no fucking sense. Have a permanent mark on their fucking heads when you naturally, grow eyebrows and that shit. It's destroying their whole figure, man, and all like that. Plastic surgery, all this stupid shit, man, that these bitches be doing. But at the end of the day, you bitches you gonna get what you deserve, which is death. That's what all vanity, man. What you're doing anyway, it's all vanity. But yeah, a man's supposed to have a beard on his face. The Lord proper listed all the things that benefit you from having a beard. And the Heavenly Father, first and foremost, the Heavenly Father and His Son have beards, man. So of course they're gonna make it. They made us in their image. So of course a man's supposed to have a beard on his face, because the Lord has a beard on his face. The Lord didn't walk around with a smooth bottom face, man. Only when He was young, from up to the age of 12 years old or whatever, the Lord had a smooth face because He was a child at them times. But when He started becoming a man, He started growing hair. When his balls dropped, so to speak, reached the age of puberty, He became a man. His voice dropped, started getting deeper. The tone of his voice got deeper. It says his voice was at the sound of many waters. So the Lord had a strong, powerful voice, man. So that grew over the years, and then he grew his mane. He grew his lion-like mane, and he had that woolly hair. The Lord didn't get no, short back and sides, and no,
Fade.
Caesar cuts, fades
Caesar cut, yeah.
in the ancient
Or
world. The
even
Lord
with
didn't do that
lions.
shit, man. The Lord let his hair grow, man.
Ludicrous.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that. And even when he was Solomon, he had braids, man. Put gold dust in his hair. He actually had locks on his hair. The Lord had braids. That's the only thing, the hairstyle that the Lord, you can say, ever had. When he was in the reincarnation as King Solomon, he had braids in his head.
Yeah, look at this last point, yeah. Real quick. Beards can reduce the chances of bacterial infection. Beards are
Mm-hmm.
protected. Beards protect the skin from various infections. One of the problems with shaving is that you make small cuts in your skin.
Exactly.
Bacteria that naturally lives in your face can enter those cuts, and then which can
Yeah.
lead to infections and ingrown hairs.
Yeah, because your pores is open. When your pores are open, you get more likely to get contamination, infection, toxicity and all that stuff in your skin. That's why a lot of brothers suffer from like skin disorders like acne and stuff like that. What's that, asthma, eczema, what's it called?
Eczema.
Eczema and all that, because the skin is not protected properly, man. Your pores are all clogged up with all kinds of chemicals and toxins that need to be released, But the beard helps you protect you from catching those diseases, man. And also from getting spots, man. You notice when you shave, you start getting spots and all that shit, all the rashes and shit on your face because you're cutting off your mane, man. You ain't supposed to cut off your mane. If you leave your mane to grow, you ain't gonna get no spots and rashes, man.
I've got an article. I'm just gonna hit which got the bullet points and I read into it, right? Because I searched for the opposite. Because at the end of the day, it's when you look at corporate America, right? That was one of the main places that whole in this realm, basically when the corporate world, right? They speak about how having a beard is unprofessional, this, that, and the other. So then that's where that image comes from, and Esau also does that by way of his movies. You think of Hancock, for example, when he was down and out, right? He had his beard. But then when he came back, what was the first thing he does? That shoot where he's shaving off his beard.
The same thing with Superman. Superman in the beginning of Man of Steel, when he was on the rigs and all that, he had a big beard on his face.
Yeah.
And then after he came back into the city, Clark Kent mode, that's when he shaved off his shit again, showing you that Carlisle represents Jake, really.
But it says 6 reasons why corporate culture hates beards. Right, I'm just hit the bullet points. It says mark of laziness. Right, 2, unhygienic and untidy.
But Esau's the devil, man.
Yep.
Esau's the fucking devil. He just listed all the benefits of a man having a beard. But here comes the serpent telling you that, you look dirty because you got a beard on your face. Something that naturally grows on your skin.
Wow.
He's just the fucking devil. But he can talk. Well, for less than 1,000 years ago, he was in the fucking caves.
That's it.
Looking like a damn wildebeest, man. Hair all over. They don't just grow hair in the face. They actually grow hair on their feet, on their fucking toes, on their hands.
Yeah.
If you even been with like Turkish bitch, one time I was thinking with a Turkish thing, bro, she didn't shave. Her arms was hairy than mine, man. Her legs, her arms were all hairy. She had to constantly shave that shit off, man. Because that's that Khazarian Edomite flesh, man. That's Edomite linkage that she's got in her skin. That's a curse, man, for a woman. Even girls back in the day when you was young, they used to have mustache. They used to grow mustaches. That's a curse, man. Ain't no blessing. The woman's not supposed to be hairy like that, but these Edomites, they're naturally hairy like that. Why? Because they're the beasts of the earth, man. They're the natural brute beasts of the earth. They're the basis of men. So the Lord made them to look like fucking beasts.
That's it. Yeah. Well, I mean, when you read Job, the 30th chapter, right, it speaks about the things that happened to Eve, right? How they were driven forth from among men, man. And I believe it's that book by Arthur Koestler where it says,
the 13th tribe.
Yeah, the 13th tribe. These men were just nasty, man.
Yeah. You got also the other book by Timothy Husband, The Wild Man. How they was living in the woods and all that during the Dark Ages, man. Looking like the abominable snowman because there was hairy all over.
That's it.
And they didn't shave. So when Esau's talking about being dirty, he's talking about his history, man.
His history, that's it.
Him being in the caves because they did look dirty. They didn't shave. They didn't take care of themselves. They look like hairy fucking wildebeests, man. They look abominable, man. When they're in their normal state, natural state, stinky and all of that.
Yeah.
So Esau's talking about himself. He ain't talking about Israel. Because Israel take care of their shit.
Mm.
That's not even in the scriptures, man. You know,
The
Jake,
pole.
like
Yeah.
even today, like Jake, not even like with the beard oil. Jake put the beard oil,
Yeah.
has the
Rick Ross
nice,
beards.
have the nice scents. You know, I have that beard oil, man. You
Okay.
use it a little while. You have that nice, it makes your shit soft and bouncy, gives you that glow and then and a nice smell. So bitches love that shit, you know. So that's how Jake used to wear the beards. Not like Esau. Esau don't take care of himself when he, you know, he doesn't take care of himself when he has all that hair. He just leaves it to grow like a damn dog. He looks like a wet dog, man. You know, on all fours, basically, or on 2 feet, basically. So, go ahead.
Yeah. I was trying to find it, but I can't remember how it's phrased. But it was in the account of Mephibosheth, not Mephi, yeah, Mephibosheth, I believe it is the I think that was King Saul's grandson, I think it was Nathan's son. Well, basically he had broken his leg, and basically when
Yeah,
King Solomon
took
called,
him in and all that.
yeah, took him in. When King Solomon called him, one of the things it says he did is he pulled his beard, right? You know, yeah, he was making it, preparing it, and this, that, and the other. But the point is that the beard, right? Jake had beards, man. That was one of the ways that you could identify, that's an Israelite, right? He has a beard,
Yeah.
you know.
When you look at them old Egyptian the hieroglyphs and stuff like that, it shows you Jake in slavery, and they have braids or they have curly hair,
Yeah.
and they have woolly hair. They have beards, man, and they're in the field working in the hot fucking sun. And then they show you the Hamites and how they look: jet black, tall, lanky. They show you the difference, man, between the tribes, man.
Yep.
2 different peoples, man. So that's how you can distinguish who Israel is. That's one of the main characteristics. They have beards.
Mm.
That's why these small hat rats try and look like the men of the children of Israel now, especially the Jews, man. Them issues, man. They try and have the long beards. They got the little yeetsies on the side of their head and that black cap on their damn heads as well,
Mm.
you know. But they rock the beards because they know that's part of our customs, man.
That's it.
Psalms 19:7. The law of the Lord Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord Yahweh is sure, making the wise simple. The statutes of the Lord Yahweh are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever.
Yeah.
The judgments of the Lord Yahweh are true and righteous altogether.
Yeah, so everything about these scriptures is righteous, man. It's easy, right? We're gonna taste that in the kingdom, right? Right now, unfortunately, we're in this wicked world, right? So it's hard. Esau makes it hard to keep the laws, man. Right? You be just trying to, live a righteous life. You be like, look, man, I ain't gonna eat, this, that, and the other because Esau taints it. I'm just gonna, have like, vegetables and stuff like that. But Esau fucks with the vegetables, man. He be splicing, eel DNAs and tomatoes and shit, man. Right? This is the nature of this individual that we're dealing with, right? What does it say? Ezekiel 4:13, right? The children of Israel shall eat the defiled, the bread
The bread
defiled
among the Gentiles.
among the Gentiles. That's it, thought it, brother. Right? But once again, that's why we can't wait, to be out of this kingdom, man. And so we can actually live that righteous life, right? Because scriptures say the wages of sin is death. It's the reason why we get sick, the reason why we get ailments, the reason why anything quote unquote negative happens, right? Is because we go off, man. Okay,
Yeah, mainly because this devil's ruling, man.
yeah, that's it.
The earth's been given into the hands of the wicked. We don't make the food. We don't produce nothing.
Mm,
We don't own none of the farms. You
Yep.
know, these devils out here spraying all kind of pesticides,
that's it.
destroying crops and all that, burning farmland, killing off the animals. You know,
That's it.
the things that we need because he's the devil, man.
Yeah.
And then he's poisoning the actual good food that we need, organic foods.
Mm.
But he don't want us to be healthy, man. He
Mhm.
wants us to be sick so we can stay linked up to his
Medical system.
pharmaceuticals, which is all a bunch of witchcraft, man.
Yep.
And even like they got a new documentary on the meat. In Netflix, they got a new documentary on the meat and how that shit is tainted. Like if you have one batch of food or one slice of one steak that's got E. coli on it, because usually it's on the skin they say or inside of it, and they got a whole batch of other meat there. All that meat's infected now. So that one little fucking steak
Yep.
that's got E. coli on it, now everything's been contaminated because they mix
Yeah.
and blend everything.
But once again, though, what was the one thing commanded to Israel? right? To cook the meat well done,
Exactly.
right? Man, it was a beautiful time. I was a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, slut, right? I was at the job, right? And I was around a whole load of like freshies in it. And one's from Ghana, one's from Nigeria. Bro, we were just straight cursing her out. Like, bro, it's like we was like, bro, where we're from? We cook our meat, and all the white
It's
people
funny you
getting,
said that because
yeah,
I had the same conversation with a chick this week as well.
yeah, exactly. Kind of say, oh, the Edomites around about were getting all, messed up because normally they're the ones that are scoffing. Oh, you give me well done. You're cooking the life out. How do you like your rubber? Nah, this is what the brother's going into. Is why the Lord made it such, man. So you can ensure that all of the for what well one the scripture says blood is the life thereof. Yeah, the life is in the blood has the life is in the blood, right? So that's one reason you ain't supposed to be eating a rare, a medium rare, or blue. Some go blue, which is basically like, and then that's it. That's off,
The
man.
other day I see Ainsley.
Oh man,
He was going off. He was doing the football, the World Cup.
Women's World
Football.
Cup.
So no, not even that. Before that, the old
Oh,
one.
okay,
And then he started cooking the steak. And then when he pulled it off the turntable, all he saw was this mad blood on the
Yeah,
fucking table. And he was like, yeah, this is how you like it. And he was all cutting it, slicing it. You could see it was all red, man.
yeah.
It's bloody.
But
And he put it on the plate and
God,
gave it to man to eat. And I was like, what the fuck
that's
was
off.
that, man? That's off.
Because I if I could say, because I was thinking about that before
Ooh.
when we were speaking, before about like Jake and like Israelite foreigners and stuff like that. But that's how Jake has ended up in this world, man.
Yeah.
Right? They've tried so hard to assist. That's Jeremiah 2:33. Right? Why
Mm-hmm.
trimmest thou thy waist to seek love?
Yeah. Well, look at this here. This is from real quick. The United States Department of Agriculture, their website. The United States Department of Agriculture, gotta read it like a politician, recommends not eating or tasting raw or undercooked meat. Meat may contain harmful bacteria. Thorough cooking is important to kill any bacteria and viruses that may be present in the food. And that's on the United States Department of Agriculture
Yeah.
website.
They don't
Even the
follow that.
devil's telling you.
They don't follow that.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
America's the worst place when they get food.
Yeah, real talk.
Their shit is a straight up pure
Yep.
poison. Brothers said that, man. Like the food over there is different, man. It
It ain't
hits the
right.
stomach different over there.
Yeah. Well, there was an account, man, I saw online. He basically had this guy, I think he was from Japan, and he was like, something's up with his food, because he was like, bro, when in Japan I eat, right, and I don't,
You don't
what you
get
call
sick.
it, I don't get sick. But the thing he pointed out for himself, he was like, I don't have to worry about my weight in Japan. I eat like whatever, but I don't need to worry about my weight. And it says now I'm in America for the first time. I'm looking at the scales. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And it was like, man, fuck this. I'm
All kinds of chemicals, man. I remember that movie. I'll never forget it with Keenan and Kel, man. Big Burger. Remember that film, Big Burger, blood? I'll never forget. That film was a comedy, but to me that was like a nightmare, man. I'll never forget it, man. Bro, the shit that I was doing to them burgers, bro. The shit was turning to it's one of like the biggest football field. It was just bare, big and watery and nasty. Big burger, bruv. They'll put it in the machine. And on one side it will come and look like a normal piece of meat. Other when it comes out of the fucking machine, like a runway type thing, it just comes out as big as fuck, bro. This was nasty. And then they'll slap it up bare sauce and then give it to man. Big burger, bro. That film was fucked, bro. But that's when I knew that Esau was poisoning the food like crazy, man.
Yeah.
And he does it in the ends, the ghetto. They even showed you that in the they call it how they the new movie with Jamie. They clone Tyrone. They put crack in the chicken.
Yeah.
They're plaguing the food, man.
Yeah.
They do it in the ghettos on purpose because they know Jake loved chicken and shit.
And it's a spirit, because a couple of weeks ago I'd watched a video that the elder brother Elder Yashawamba had done. Right, and he said he was like, personally, I'm cut off. I'm starting to cut down on the chicken because Esau knows Jake loved chicken. And then in the movie that comes out a little bit later, Esau basically says, yeah, we do fuck around with the chicken.
Lab rat food, man. That's what it is.
Got this. Ezekiel 4:13, and Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
So we can only do the best that we can, man, and eat the best of the worst. So that's why we need to, especially our diet, we just need to maintain a healthy type of diet. Eat lean foods, man. Stay away from all that too much red meat and, too much chicken and that. Obviously, you need your protein, but you can eat fish. But even with that, you got to be careful. Because, you know, most of the salmon's not real salmon no more. It's just crazy, man.
And then the seas are polluted, man.
Seas are polluted. You've got all kinds of animals beaching themselves. I think the other week was all kind of fish beaching themselves, man. Like thousands of them, man. It was just on the news the other day, man. I can't remember where it was, but a whole bunch of fish just beached themselves, man. And that's basically like a plague of the Lord.
Yeah.
The Lord's plaguing the waters, you know, turning them bloodshot red and stuff like that, like in ancient Egypt. You know, plaguing the fish and all that. They're just turning up dead carcasses and all that stuff. That's how you know the Lord's coming to judge this place, man. This place is on its way out.
Yeah. Isaiah 24, 5, 24 and 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Yeah, Esau's the devil, man. All this oil drilling that he does in the earth.
Yeah.
And he goes to all these sand dune type areas because that's basically easier access than him going to other parts of the earth where it's hard to access oil. They'll go to places that's why they're over there in the Middle East so much.
Yeah.
Stuff of that nature, because those places there, it's easier to access oil from the earth.
But even when he does like go to some of these difficult places, like these, you know, the sea drilling,
Yeah, the fracking and all
you
that.
know, the fracking, the sea drilling, and then
polluting up the water.
yeah. And then if there's a leak, he just leaves it.
Yeah, like Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, not Hiroshima. I mean, Fukushima, man.
Yeah.
That shit is still polluted to this day.
Yeah.
It's just not on the news no more, but that shit is still polluted, man.
Yeah, that's what Esau will do. Esau will take something out of the news cycle to make you think that it's no longer a problem.
It's all good now.
Yeah, but
that shit's still polluted, man. That shit they ain't fixed that leak.
Yeah, because he knows these people are what's the word? He knows these people are what the hell was the word, man?
What, docile?
Docile, but like the short attention span.
Yeah,
you know,
microwave.
Yeah,
they like microwave news, man.
Yeah, but look at this, yeah. Like Rishi Sunak just agreed for basically there to be oil drilling in the North Sea just recently. But then he's at the same vein. That devil was the one pushing this net zero bullshit, talking about how these corporate companies need to get down to net zero emissions to get government contracts by 2050. But he's the same devil. And then again, they even which shows you all smoke and mirrors. That other cunt, Jeremy Hunt, the Chancellor. They asked him when you was a local MP, and I forget where he was, like a constituency like Derbyshire or somewhere like that. They basically said you campaigned against drilling in your constituency, and he was like, yeah, you know, because back then my priority was the benefit to the local citizens of that constituency. But in government, you know, we have to prioritize the wealth of the country. Basically, long story, what you were saying is we need to prioritize financial gain over the earth's maintenance, man.
And you can see that in all the policies that Esau puts in place, man. Right, this man has raped the earth, right, to the point where they overfish, right? They take things out of the seas that ain't supposed to be removed from the seas, man. And then in bulk, and then they're surprised when there's issues, right, with everything, man. Now look, the Lord made everything in its perfect order, as we've said a couple of times now, man. You look at like mangroves, for example. Right, what does Esau do? He'll come cut down a mangrove, but the mangroves help with flooding, right?
Yeah, that's why the Lord said He got to destroy them, not destroy the earth, man.
That's it.
The Lord you're the real destroyer of worlds. Esau Edom wasn't lying when he said that, man. Oppenheimer, you know, wasn't lying when he said he was the destroyer of worlds. They literally are the destroyers, man. Look what they've done to the ecosystem. Look what they're doing to the animals' habitats and habitations and the world in general, man. Everything's fucked up. The climate's fucked up because of this devil, man. Look at some damn climate change, man. The world's overheating. You're the climate that's fucking up the whole earth, man. It's because you devils are ruling and you don't know how to rule in justice and righteousness, man. You know, you're all about a paycheck. That's why the earth is the way it is. Everything's out of order.
Yep. The what do you call it? The scripture says he is as death, man, cannot be satisfied.
Yep.
You know,
largest desire is hell.
Well, I mean, here it is. The U.S. is the #1 producer of oil, yet they go to these Arab nations and steal their oil.
Exactly.
Like what?
And they're still losing power.
Yeah.
Losing sovereignty and all that now. Because that's what you get for being greedy, man. I told you that in Ezekiel 28, man. The iniquity of thy traffic. Because you devils are greedy, man. That's why all that shit's coming back to bite you. You can't be wicked and for your whole fucking life and then expect nothing bad to happen to you.
That's it.
There's a thing called karma, man. What goes around comes around. That's just even in the universe. Even in the universe, they know that, man. There's a thing called karma, but in the scriptures, the Lord said you reap what you sow. That comes from the scriptures, man.
That's it.
You reap what you sow, man. If you're a wicked bastard your whole life and you think you're just going to sail off into the sunset, day of reckoning is going to come for you, man. When you least expect it. Just like they show you in the movies. The baddie always thinks she's going to get away, and then what happens in the end? He gets hit with the righteous stick and all that, and the righteous fuck his ass up. And they win in the end. They get victory over the wicked. You can't be a bastard all your life and then think you're going to get away with it. That's Esau Edom for you, man. He's so proud. He thinks he's just going to do what he wants, and the Lord's not going to judge him, man. You even think they're going to fight the Lord, man. They keep bringing that up, man. Every week, they keep bringing up the live stream of these UAP, UFO meetings, man. You know? Talking about how they're going to deal with, you know, alien interference and all that stuff like that. You ain't doing shit, man.
I was saying but that's Esau's MO. That's his spirit, man, of this idea of no recompense, and that's why everyone behaves the same way. Like all throughout the ancient worlds, with the different, even in the different heathens, right? When they started seeing, you know, bad things happening in the world, right? They put it down to, once again they were going off, but they put it down to the gods ain't happy with something. We need to appease the gods. We've done something wrong, right? But Esau in this world, he just says, it is what it is, global warming, right? Not understanding that all these things are from a higher power, man. Right? And the Lord is really gonna
ramp up the judgment.
Yeah, ramp up the judgment.
Hey,
that's a video. Saying like a Benjamin voice, ramp up the judgment.
That's why we can't put it in words what the Lord's gonna do to you, man, and He's gonna use us to do it. The Lord gonna get you devils, man. Every fucking Edomite from birth to death, from birth to old age, man, you're gonna get it, man. There's gonna be no ounce of mercy on you, man, for 1,000 years.
Yeah. Galatians 6 and 7, be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever man soweth, that also shall he reap.
Yeah, you're not gonna get away, man. Job, it tells you that as well. Them that sow iniquity reap the same, man. You're gonna reap what you've sown on the earth. All this treachery, all this wicked behavior, all this stealing, you know, all the murdering that you've done. You gotta pay for all that blood that you spilt, man. You still gotta pay for all that Native American blood you spilt during the, the pilgrimages and all that stuff, man. You gotta pay for all that, man. 1492, all that blood that you spilt, man. Israelite blood from the Northern Kingdom. The slaughtering of all the Northern Kingdoms and the tribes and all that. You gotta pay for that. Stealing of their land. The Lord said, he that stealeth a man should be put to death. That's the punishment, man. So you devils ain't suffered that yet. Talk about some damn immaterial memoriam and all that for some immaterial. We don't give a fuck about all that, man. That's not real reparations. Reparations is your ass down on cargo slave ships like you did to us. That's real reparations. And that's what's gonna happen to you devils, man. You wait and see.
That's right. This is the
your shit's coming home to roost, man. That shit's about to hatch in your ass. Lucky.
So Isaiah 33 and 1, woe to thee that spoilest and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Exactly. You dealt treacherous with a person that didn't do nothing to you, man.
Yeah.
All because of jealousy and envy, man, because you know that we're great and we're better than you. You're Esau and we're Jacob.
Yeah.
You even had a Jake name one of his sons Esau. I was just like, how are you gonna name your son Esau, man? You're an idiot. So you know Esau is a cursed person, man.
Yeah.
It means wasted away. How you gonna call your son Esau, man? It's like probably a tear anyway, man.
Real talk.
Might be a tear. Look like a Jake.
Shit. It's
chocolate on the outside, white on the inside, man.
What was it? Coconut.
Yeah.
Oreo.
Oreos.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
It says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Yeah, so all the atrocities that you've done to us, all the slavery, all the harshness, like every other day I keep seeing animal videos about crocodiles, alligators, and I just think, man, Esau was throwing my babies to those things, man.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing. Just throwing it to like it was like you're throwing a dead pig or something, man.
Yeah.
Live babies, like live feeds, man.
Yeah.
You know, babies screaming, you know, all them kind of things, you know. You're just feeding it to a damn alligator or crocodile so you can catch it.
Yeah.
Using us as bait. We're gonna use you as bait, man.
Sure.
We gonna bait you in the kingdom, have Leviathan playing with your ass,
Mm.
all kinds of animals tearing your asses up. You had us in the fucking Colosseum fighting lions and shit.
Yeah, for entertainment, man.
For entertainment, man. Throwing a man to the lions den and all that. You did it, it's in the scriptures, man. You can't say we're lying, because you put Daniel in the lions den twice, man.
Mm. That's it.
2 different times. Well, the Persians weren't the Edomites, it was the Persians, the Media Persians. The second time, the first time, was the Babylonians. So it wasn't Esau, Edom in particular,
Right.
but it's the heathens, man.
It's the
They
heathens.
put Jake in them dire situations. They
Yeah.
put Jake in them life, death, traumatizing situation. Being put in the lions then is a traumatizing situation. You don't even know if you're gonna see the day of light again, man.
Yeah.
Light of day again.
Starved lions as well.
Yeah, and the thing is with those things, right? It's not even instantly. It's just like feeling bits of your flesh just being torn away, man.
Yeah, you get eaten alive basically.
Yeah.
While you're still living.
Hey, but hey, if I could say, the scripture says that the Lord is the King of terrors, because the Lord is bringing that judgment back for the wicked of our people, man. Right? What is
Yeah.
it saying? It was in Jeremiah, right? The teeth of wild beasts.
Yep.
Right. So
That's why a lot of animals been attacking Edomites lately, man.
yeah.
There's been a lot of animal attacks going on, man. A lot of
I've got
Esau
something.
and these other nations getting attacked by wild animals. And good for your asses, man.
Yeah.
That should give you a taster of what's to
Exactly.
come.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing with you, Esau.
I was gonna
Yep.
quickly give a quick account. Yeah. This I just literally looked this up while you brothers were speaking. I'll quickly skim it. So long story short,
Yeah.
2 Edomites, a couple living in a house, and the house exploded randomly, and then the wife literally was left with 3rd-degree burns, while her boyfriend was literally taken up in flames in front of her, and that's all she can remember.
Yeah.
It says here, teen saw boyfriend go up in flames. A teenager has told. This is from the BBC News. It's titled "Merthyr, the town explosion." A teenager has told how she saw her boyfriend go up in flames following a gas explosion at her home.
Mm.
Holly Lawrence, 19, and Luke Cresswell, 20, were both severely burned in the blast on the 1st of February.
Yep.
Holly's father, now Lawrence, 54, claims he reported the smell of gas to Housing Association, Merthyr Housing, twice in the days before the blast.
And what
And
did they
the
do? Light a cigarette in the fucking air. Probably lit a cigarette and the whole shit just exploded.
Following the explosion, Holly suffered a collapsed lung and was in a coma for 8 days, and her family was told she may not survive. The health and safety executive has found the explosion was caused by a leak from a gas pipe behind the units in the kitchen of the property.
There was one situation as well, so recently as well, like them electric bikes, man. People leaving in their house. Shit explodes and sets on fire. man.
Yeah, lithium ion is highly explosive. So just even on that slug, because that's why right now there's a ship.
Yeah,
Off,
it's exploded.
yeah, and brother was touching on it, brother, because he's into engineering and that, basically about how you get like thermal runoff, and with electric cars, you can't really put the fire out like that. You just kind of have to let it burn.
It's
So,
electric bikes that's on fire.
I'm not gonna say it's the same
Yeah,
technology.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
in that lithium ion battery, right? It's deadly, man. That shit's deadly, man.
And Esau wants everyone to drive electric vehicles.
Yeah.
Idiots, man.
Yeah, but hey, that's the main points in that, man. Them Edomites were in their house, happy-go-lucky, teenagers with their own house, 19, living in their own property, well-to-do families, and then the Heavenly Father, just like that, turned their lives around, just like that, man.
Yeah,
You know?
but it goes to show the foolishness of some people, man. Bro, you smell gas, you're gonna report it, and bro, like you smell gas, I'm getting the fuck up out of there, man.
Yeah.
I'm calling the fire ambulance, being like, look, man, hey, not fire ambulance, fire guys, like fire brigade, the order, be like, look, man, I smell gas in this building, man. But it goes to show you how stupid people are, man. Right, staying in a house, you can smell gas. Foolishness.
Lighting a cigarette at the same time. Idiots, man. You know? But that's what you get. But that's the judgment of the Lord anyway. The Lord wanted them to do that so he can judge their asses. But that's not even the tip of the iceberg. What you devils are going to suffer in the kingdom? You're going to wish you was never born, man. You're going to wish you never even heard of the word Esau, Edom, man.
Yeah.
Or Israel. You're going to wish you never even fucking came against us, man. The way you're going to be treated in the kingdom. You're going to be kissing ass and all that as well, but it's not going to help you, man. You're still going to get the lashings and all of that. The lynchings, everything you did to us, the Emmett Hills, everything you did to us times 10, man. You're going to get even worse than we did.
Yep. This is Psalms 137 from 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem. who said, race it, R-A-S-E, which means to destroy, right, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Yeah, just like you fed our babies to alligators, we're gonna take your little babies and smash their heads against the stones, man.
That's it.
That's what you call recompense. And we're still gonna feed them to alligators as well.
Mm. I mean, but that's what Esau was doing,
Yeah.
right? He'd take a Jake, he'd whip him to death, and then once he was whipped to death, he'd then shoot him, and after he's whipped him and shot him, will then burn him.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
Yeah.
But that's hate.
Yeah.
That's hate, and Jake wants to love this man, right? Our people want to love this man and say that he can, he can be a rehabilitated. No, that's who he is. Right, it says that in Jeremiah 13 and 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin or the leopard his spots? Then may you do good that are accustomed to do evil. This Edomite hasn't got a good bone in him, man.
We're natural born enemies, man. That's what Jake failed to realize. From the womb that was incepted from of Rebecca, Isaac and Rebecca, it was natural born enemies. And we're always gonna remain that way, man.
That's it. That's it.
And we're always gonna be enemies, man. Even in the time of King David, he was slaughtering all kind of Edomites, man.
That's it.
He knew that there was their number one enemy.
Yeah.
His number one enemy at that time.
Yeah.
He was slaughtering the enemy, man. And we're gonna do the same because the tabernacles of David is being revived again, all over again.
That's right.
So we're gonna do it to Esau like we did in the ancient world, man.
That's right. Oh, you have that king, man. Always forget which one.
Amaziah.
Amaziah Khan. You already knew.
Yeah, I always think about man. You threw 10,000 Edomites off the cliff for fun, man.
Sport.
For sport. So we're gonna have fun. You put us in the Colosseum. We're gonna have the mountains and the cliffs for your asses, man.
That's it.
Sport on your ass, man.
Yeah. Which means the Lord is, because right now the majority of our people, as we read in Jeremiah before, right, we're in that slave mentality. The majority of our people.
Yeah.
Right now the Lord has had mercy on us in this truth, right? To see this devil for what he really is, right? The devil, right? The basest of man. Right, and in due course he's going to return back to the basis of man. So it says in Isaiah, or is it 13 or 14, right, that the nation's going to be looking at him like, yo, is this he had rulership over the world, right? Which once again just goes to show you the power of the Most High, man. It's the same way we look at them bloody Ethiopians, man.
Yeah.
Right, but they had power. They had a great kingdom.
Persians had power.
Yeah.
Ashurius and all that. They had power over the whole earth at one time, known time in history, man, before the Greeks. And I look at them now, man. They're not the same the stature as they once was, man.
That's it. Look at this, yeah. You want to know the wickedness of the Edomite? I mentioned this a couple weeks back. This is the book of 1 Samuel's.
When you're talking about the Edomite who killed the priest.
Yeah, well, and that shows you saw King Benjamin King was wicked, bro. So this is 1 Samuel 21 and 7. Now a certain man of the servants of Saul was there that day, detained before the Lord, and his name was Doeg an Edomite, the chiefest of the herdmen that belonged to Saul. So King Saul had servants that basically encompassed some of the heathen, and he had a chief herdsman, which was Doeg the Edomite. And David. So that way, that's the point there. But then I'm gonna quickly go into 1 Samuel's 22 on that same account. So it says, 1 Samuel's 22 verse 9. Then answered Doeg the Edomite, which was set over the servants of Saul, and said, I saw the son of Jesse coming to Nob, to Ahimelech the son of Atub. So basically, King David, this is when King David fled and he was hiding with the high priest of Israel, and pretty much Doeg the Edomite had spotted David hiding and conspired against the high priest of Israel. So Saul basically gave a commandment to his servants who were Israelites to kill the high priest because of their alliance to King David, and they refused because of the fact obviously that they were high priests. So it says then verse 11, then the king sent to call Ahimelech the priest, so the priest that helped David, the son of Ahitub and all his father's house, the priests that were in Nob, and they came all of them to the king. And Saul said, Hear now, thou son of Ahitub. And he answered, Here I am, my lord. And Saul said unto him, Why have ye conspired against me, thou and the son of Jesse, in that thou hast given him bread and a sword, and hast inquired of Yahweh for him, that he should rise against me to lie in wait as this day? But I'll skip to the point. verse 18. And the king said to Daog, turn thou and fall upon the priest. And Daog the Edomite turned, and he fell upon the priest, and slew on that day 85 persons that did wear a linen ephod.
So it's 85 man.
Yeah. So King Saul, he deserved the hell for what he did, man. He gave a permission to an Edomite to kill 85 priests of the Lord, bro. And that goes to show you, man, like as well, that Edomite, man, Esau's been a thorn in the side of Jake for years. And that's why when this judgment comes, man, it's going to be no mercy and no prisoners. And that's the easiest way to say it.
Ezekiel 35 and 5 says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Verse 1, so moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
So Mount Seir represents who? The Edomites, man. So this is specific against the house of Edom, Idumea, Mount Seir, which they call Mount Petra today, which is the original homeland of Esau, Edom, man. That's his homeland, Mount Seir, man. Because he's originally from the sandstones or the caves of Edom, man. You know, red sandstones and all of that. That's their habitation. So this is exclusive for them. Just like the book of Obadiah.
And say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I'll stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
So the Lord said he's against Mount Seir, man. Where's Mount Seir today? America. That's their habitation, the borders of Wickenham, Bozrah. Mount Seir is modern day America today. So the Lord says he's going to destroy it. He's going to make it desolate. He's going to destroy their habitation, man. And them with it. And the ones that remain, like you know, the Rothschilds and all that. And another thing I'm getting to, like you know, because the scripture talks about how they're going to hide from the wrath of the Lamb. You got the Rothschilds, they got a fucking some getaway like bunker all the way in fucking like North Pole type area, man. You see it on the map, it's called like Rothschilds, and it's like basically in a glacier.
Right.
It's like some underground basement type shit, glacier on the outside, you know, everything's covered in ice, looks like Antarctica and shit. Yeah. But that's where they got a place over there, like a hiding bunker or whatever, for the Rothschild family, man. Oh. And I remember that watching one James Bond movie.
I was thinking, I was like, yeah.
And they go over there to like, we went over to the South Pole or something, and it was like having a game or whatever. And then they had like an underground, basically like a city kind of type setup. And there was a rich guy that had it. So that's showing you that the Rothschilds, they have them underground bunkers all around the face of the earth, even in Antarctica, South Pole, places you wouldn't even imagine, man. You know, you think like that place is like full of ice, you die another day. You know, that was what's his name, Pierce Brosnan, right?
Let me find out.
It was Pierce. It was Pierce Brosnan, I remember. And then he was racing on the ice trying to fight the baddie. Yeah, Halle Berry and all that. That's why I remember as well, because Halle Berry stands for us. You know. But yeah, and they show you that these devils, they can hide anywhere on the earth, man. Whether in the earth, in the waters, or above the earth, man. They can hide anywhere, literally. They can hide in the glacier. You think it's just a big bolt of ice, and they got a fucking underground bunker there, man. The shit will open like it's a fucking lift.
Cave,
and back cave, and they just slide in. All kinds of heat, central heating and all that and shit in there. And the shit's covered in ice. Like Esau's the devil, man. All polar bears walking all over the thing, trying to look for fish and all that. You're thinking
penguins doing
you know what I'm saying? Penguins and seals, all that. Esau got a big fucking bunker underneath there, man. Esau's the devil.
Because that's a like it's because the conditions are so hard. That's not a place that man just goes.
No man can dwell there.
You know.
So Esau sent all kinds of engineers there for years building that shit. Probably died in the process.
Esau.
Them guys are probably dead, man. Them guys ain't alive.
Or it'll be just more sacrifice for the area for the minute. You know.
They built the whole thing. It's probably like how many hundreds of foot long, deep, or whatever. Got lifts and all that stuff. You know, and they got all kinds of equipment there, food. To last for fucking 10 decades, whatever. Storage and all that. Hoarding bare shit, man. You know, and then they're gonna try and complain about bro, these devils, man. They got some nerve, man. They got some damn nerve. But the Lord said you can hide wherever you want.
Go find
you. You get that Revelations, what is it, 9?
Let the rocks fall
on us.
Let the
rocks fall on us, man. and try and hide from the wrath of the Lamb, because they know the Lord's coming for their asses, man. But it's good that you're going to be hiding in Antarctica and South Pole, because the Lord and the angels of us as well, we're going to take a trip over there, and we're going to lock your asses up. We're going to chain your asses up, man. You're going to be hiding in your bunkers and all that, and then all of a sudden the Lord's just going to appear out of nowhere with the angels with bolts of iron ready to chain your asses up, man.
I got a quick one. Isaiah 47:13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from all these things that shall come upon thee.
Yeah, so there's no escape, man. It don't matter what you devils do, who you pray to, because all these entities and principalities that you pray to, they work for the Heavenly Father, if you didn't know. Even Satan himself is the son of the Most High, man, on the left-hand side. So there's no one you can pray to or summon up that's going to go against the Heavenly Father and His Son, because they all work for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. As evil as you think they may be, the Lord's 10 times worse, man, and He created them. The Lord said all principalities and everything that was made on the earth was made for His sake, to bow down to Him. So there's no one on the left-hand side that's greater than Yahweh Hashem Yahushai on the right-hand side, man.
That's it. Although the series went off as hell, they show you that in Good Omens too.
Yeah, I see that. I didn't watch it though.
Yeah.
They put that up. But I
Yeah.
thought it was a bit weird, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it got weird, didn't it? I'll say that. One of the things that they touch on at the very beginning of the season 2, right, is basically this about the story of Job, right?
Okay.
And then you've got the so-called good angels, because obviously they believe in that. They push that whole hell heaven fight thing.
Like Lucifer type.
Yeah. But then basically what they show is basically the so-called good angels, like, you can't do this. And then the bad angels like, look, man, hey, this is the contract from the Most High. I can do what I want to this particular individual, man. Right?
So,
Basically showing you that these principalities, as the bro was just going into, are all under the instructions of the Most High, man.
shit, man. They have councils, man. They have meetings. And the Lord puts out different contracts, man, for them to fulfill. Different obligations, man. Whether it be good or evil, man. The Lord said He sent out evil angels, in a time, in the book of Psalms, man. So the Lord can do whatever He wants.
Revelation 6 from verse 15 says, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
So Esau knows that their time's ticking, man. They know that the Lord is about to re-enter this atmosphere very soon. That's why they're having these UFO summits and meetings, because they know that the Lord Yahweh Shai is coming by way of the chariots. Because they study history. They know that's how the Lord left, man. Even in that movie, not The Passion of the Christ, Risen, I think it is. Yeah, Risen. And I basically tried to, use the Yiddish in that movie, calling the Lord Yeshua and all that, speaking different Hebrew words, but it's the Yiddish. In the end of that movie, when the Lord's basically taken up from the disciples, they basically just show a big light ascending from the clouds, and He just walks into the light and then disappears. And it obviously didn't want to show you that was an actual UFO. It was a chariot that took him off the face of the earth and up into the air like He did Elijah. Because everyone would be like, what? UFOs actually exist. Because the UFOs are written of in the scriptures, man. And these devils know that. But they're still trying to push that mantra about aliens and alien invasion, green men, goblins and that. You watch that movie, Third Encounter of the Fourth Kind, or whatever it's called. And they're showing you
the third kind.
The third kind, and they're showing you the chariots, man, how beautiful and majestic they are. And then they try to show some little menial ant men, like to say, the little the Most High and the angels are little goblins, man. Taking the piss basically.
Yeah.
Making mockery of the Lord. But the Lord sees all that, man. So when the Lord comes, you're gonna see a big, tall, dark-skinned man. You're gonna see an angel's dark-skinned, and Esau knows this because he's seen the records. He's got the reports in past times of seeing these things in satellites, seeing dark-skinned men tall, about 9 feet tall, going in and out of ships. He's got the records, man. Esau knows that the angels reside in those ships, man. Ain't no damn green goblins. Ain't no aliens, man. But he ain't gonna come out and tell you that with the public, because the public would then be in hysteria and they'll have to believe in the scriptures.
Yeah.
Because everyone's been seeing these chariots, man. They've been seeing these so-called orbs in the sky,
Mm.
doing all kind of majestic moves and all that, disappearing, reappearing. Everyone's seeing it now. No one can deny and say they haven't seen a chariot before.
Mm.
Everyone's literally on the net reporting chariot sightings nearly every fucking day, man. So this is not uncommon, man. This is more common than ever before in history. Why? Because we're coming to the end. And the Lord said he's going to show himself more and more, these miracles, man. So these devils know. That's how the Lord's coming back. Acts, the first chapter tells you, man. So they're trying to prepare, but still, they're going to hide in the dens of the rocks, wherever they're going to have their bunkers, in the mountain retreats, whatever. Well, all you're doing is storing yourself for slavery.
Catch you.
Yeah, well, that's all you're doing, because you're going to hide yourself in a neutral places. There ain't no missiles going to hit South Pole or Antarctica and all of that. There ain't no reason to blow up that Antarctica. No reason. So you're going to have your little bunkers there thinking you've escaped. Really, you have, but you're going into slavery, though.
Mm.
You ain't escaped slavery.
You've been preserved.
You escaped the missiles, but you ain't escaped slavery. But that's the Lord making you think you escaped, to make the beating and the capture more sweeter.
Mm. Amos 9:2. Though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves on the top of Carmel,
Yeah. I was gonna say it's old news now, but hey, that submarine, man.
Oh.
Hey, the Lord took down that Titanic, man.
yeah,
And it's poetic justice that they found remnants of that ship right next to where the original Titanic's laying background was, man.
That's
Just
it.
shows the Lord's got a sense of humor, man.
There's no escape, man. Go ahead.
it says, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence I'll command the serpent, and he shall bite them.
Yeah, so you're gonna go into other people's territory like Leviathans and get your ass bit, man.
That's it.
So no matter what you do, wherever you want to, no matter where you go on this earth
Don't get
or
got.
above the earth, there's no escape for you, man.
Because at the end of the day, and it once again shows you the pride of this man, because that's them thinking that the Most High don't know where they're hiding. It's like,
Clowns.
clowns. The Most High is the one that made you build these bunkers. The Most High is the one that gave you technology to build these bunkers, man.
There's even a precept in the scriptures that says that, man. Like if you're hiding, you think the Lord can't see you.
Mm. That's it.
Like, the Lord can see. The Lord sees everything, man. Can't hide from the Lord.
That's it.
Let me see. I got this.
Looking for that
Idiots.
trick.
Yeah.
Second Ezra, the 13th chapter.
Going in the wrong direction.
Second Ezra, the 13th chapter, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that had moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. So ultimately, what Ezra was seeing was a vision of the return of Yahweh Shai, man, on the fathership. Like, you know, in Acts, the first chapter in the 11th verse, when Yahweh Shai was being taken up and you had the two angels side by side, hey, they said unto the disciples, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing into heaven? They're saying Yahweh Shai that is taken up from you is like manner. Is he going to return? Roughly paraphrasing. And Ezra was seeing that vision. You see, like, the time we're in, all of the ancient prophets, whether they be of the Old Testament all the way until now, prophesied of this moment where Yahweh Shai was going to come back. So some prophets described it like Isaiah as the Lord coming with his chariots like a whirlwind. You know, Ezra saw it with the Heavenly Father actually on an engraven ship that he couldn't see the end of the beginning of. You know, and Zechariah, it was described as a wheel within a flying roll. You know, Ezekiel will within a will. The different prophets accounted of this day and the return of the Lord in different accounts. Habakkuk said that he saw the Lord coming with wrath and was so scared he had to ask the Lord if he was angry at nature itself.
But Habakkuk said that he's going to invade the world with his troops, man. He said that, he said that he's going to invade the earth with his troops. Talking about the Lord invading this world with the angels, man. That's what you call an invasion. They
That's it.
turn it in Independence Day. They're showing you aliens and all that coming out of ships. And they're saying it's an alien invasion and all that. That's not what's gonna happen, man. It's the Lord that's coming, not no damn aliens, man. Well, I found that scripture anyway. Jeremiah 23:23. Am I a God at hand, saith the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and not a God afar off? It says, can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him, saith the Lord? Do not I fill the heaven and earth, saith the Lord? So the Lord, you can't hide from the Lord. There ain't no secret place where you can hide from the Lord.
Mm.
The Lord created everything we see. The Lord created a secret place, whatever you want to call it. There's no way you can hide from the Lord. That's why it's in the Lord's name, man. He is. He to be. Because the Lord's literally everywhere, man. He's everywhere at any time, man. You see all, and then he's got angels as well. You know, the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. The eyes in every place, seeing good and evil. So there's anywhere that anyone can hide from the Lord, whether you're an Edomite, Rothschild, or whatever, or you're the average Joe, man. The Lord sees it all, man. Just because you're in a dark room and the doors and the curtains are closed, you think the Lord can't see you. The angel's right there watching your dumb ass, man.
That's it. And it once again goes into this idea that these guys have, that they have some kind of free will, but they don't, right? So I'm just getting the precepts just loaded. This is Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will, right? So it's like whatever any man tries to do or thinks of doing, right? Ultimately, it's the Most High that makes them do it, right? And says,
Exactly the same. People are mentioning this in the bar as well. Here in the UK, at the end of the day, they all follow the same plan. And you've had whether it's Labour or Conservative, but like the plan was always ultimately for there to be division amongst these EU nations as well as prophecy. So, like for example, going back to the early 2000s, you had David Cameron, and then back then you had the Lib Dems and the Conservatives as like a coalition government, and he floated the idea of Brexit basically as a trial. Then it actually was successful that he resigned, and then Theresa May came into power, and she basically was supposed to oversee that whole transition. She fucked up. Boris Johnson came into power, that clown. Then after that, he also was involved in the whole CB. He oversaw the whole CB shit, and they ushered in that agenda by gave people that illusion of continuing change and somebody that was going to be like a messiah to the people. Then Liz Truss was supposed to be the actual taking it back to the serious generation of prime ministers. She was in for like 44 days or whatever, and then she was out. Then you got this guy Rishi Sunak, and now they're talking about switching it back to Labour, and then you got people basically in that continuous docile. The next guy's gonna make it better. But what did the Lord also say? Cursed be the man that trusteth in man. You got a lot of our people that buy into that bullshit as well. But regardless of who they have up in power, this place is a sinking ship. It doesn't matter who the captain is, man. The Lord is going to bring this place down to his knees.
And it's once again showing you how stupid these people are, because they'll always say that politicians lie, but then still go out and vote for politicians, right? But it's all a master plan that is unfolding before our eyes. Remember the elder brother was saying, he's just kind of speaking as a man, right? But it was basically saying how he sees how England is going to be used as the test bed, right, for this system. And one of the key things in that was that Brexit, right? Because now you no longer need the consent of 27 nations. You just need one nation to do what they're doing, right? So it adds up. What was saying? That's what I was saying. It sounds good. We're just going to, give the disclaimer because these scoffers. You said it was going to,
Well, they've already been saying it in America. They're going to test the MOT to the B system over here in the UK first. They've already been pushing that. They're going to test it in England.
Yeah.
The social credit score system. They're already testing it in China and seeing how it's working over there. So they're going to do the same shit over here in the West, man. And England's definitely a hotspot for that because they've got the big bank of England. So they're going to definitely push their own fucking digital currency over here first. They're going to test it over here probably before they do America, because America's the last stop basically. Once it's made mandatory in America, that's when basically all hell's going to break loose.
Yeah.
They're already making things, more electronic and digital over here. I think this the reported certain retail stores over here in the UK are going to be using like retina scanners and hand scans and all that different type of payment tills and stuff like that now. Over here in the UK, like actual supers like Tesco's and Sainsbury's and these different stores, they're going to start pushing that technology, that biometric technology. Why are they doing that? Because this is the testing ground.
Yeah. And everyone's got to go to a Tesco.
Everyone's got to get access to that.
Everyone's got to go to a Tesco or to a Sainsbury's.
Or Aldi's.
Or Aldi's, yeah. You need to go get your grocery shop done. It ain't like certain, like an Amazon Go, for example. That was the first one to do that,
Self-checkout.
that cashless entry, right? And so you go in and then you pick up and you go. The Amazon Go is the first one, but to do that, you need an Amazon account. Old people ain't doing that, right? But then they're gonna go Asda. They are gonna go Tesco, right? They're gonna go Aldi's or Lidl's or wherever it is. So that's why this technology is being Morrison's, all of them, right? So that's why this technology is being rolled out, man. It's gonna become ubiquitous, just like how the credit card, right? You go to a store and they don't accept a card. You're like, what do you mean you don't accept card, man? What's going on? But now it's the opposite. Yeah, now it's the opposite now.
It's just like the transport system. Back in the day, you used to be able to use money to get on the bus or to pay as you go or buy a ticket. Now you have to have an actual ticket or just pay by using your phone app. You can't. There's no way you can use cash anymore to get on the bus. They don't accept it. It's non-valid. You have to have a digital type currency or whatever. Or, have a credit and debit account to get on a bus now, man, or an Oyster card. Yeah. You can't get on a bus with having physical cash. You can give him £20, you can give him £50. A pink note, you can't take it because it's not valid. Cash is not valid anymore on the London transport, on the buses and all that.
Yeah, and then what that allows the system to do is to track the flow of people, man, because you have to use the same card you tapped in to tap out. Right, the only one is buses where you just tap in, but if you're using the underground or the overground, basically different train systems, you're gonna tap in and tap out, so they know, okay, cool. That's how they're able to say it so accurately. Such and such station has 100,000 users every single day. How do they know? Because they're counting all of the taps, man.
That's how they're gonna make the whole system, financial, everything, not just transport, but everything, man. Literally, you wanna travel, you're gonna have to have that chip. You wanna go to the store to buy something, you have that chip. You wanna get gas at a petrol station, you're gonna have to have that chip.
That's it.
Everything's gonna become biometric, man.
Yeah.
Totally cashless, man. Like people can't imagine it, but that's how it's gonna be. Like I bet back in the day, people never thought it would be like this with credits and debits and all that.
Exactly.
They just thought they had their gold and silver coins and just go to the bank and do what they're doing. Or get their weight and value and all that. But now everything's totally changed, man.
Yeah.
It's more advanced. But it's to show you that the time's advanced, but it's coming to an end.
Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Yeah.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yeah, like even the ULEZ zone here in England, 2 layers to it. Firstly, the camera systems, like all those infrared cameras, even though like and those no entry roads as well. All that is there for is surveillance as well. So East or Edom can have that omnipresent approach to essentially knowing exactly where you are, what time, what you're doing. And those cameras ain't just specifically for cars. They can also be used for police surveillance. They can use the ring doorbells on cameras. They can use your mobile phones, all of that. And then you've also got other cities around the world in the whole ESG, which is another demonic scheme by these devils. That whole ESG concept, environmental social governance, saying, well, if that worked for London, why can't we introduce that to Mumbai or Taiwan or not Taiwan, so but Beijing and those types of other prominent cities, man, Sao Paulo or Rio de Janeiro, because all of these different cities under these new speak initiatives, whether it's ESG or like just quantum and all of that, are basically ushering you into a whole new age of AI, where digital slavery, basically, where you're gonna be what's
Yeah.
for everything that you do controlled by digital technology, right?
So the term is technocracy.
Yeah, the water, the
You
water.
know, it's a technocracy, man. It's just gonna be technology is gonna be the ones controlling you, man.
AI.
AI, you know, the systems.
That's
What
why
was
they're
that?
gonna blame They're gonna blame everything
Systems.
on Skynet, man. They're gonna
Yeah.
say, downfall societies because it's AI, because they're making the AI to be like basically they're turning AI into a
Mm.
false messiah, man.
Yeah.
They're programming it to know everything and read everything. So it's gonna be control of everything, man.
Mm.
And they all show you in these dystopian movies and all that AI basically corrupts itself, and then all kind of hell breaks loose,
Yeah.
all war breaks
Yeah.
loose. And
Yeah.
I robot, man.
the system's corrupted,
Mm.
and it needs to be destroyed,
Yeah.
rebooted and all that. That's what this world is leading to,
Yeah.
man.
But you know what's funny? You're saying that as well, 'cause I was thinking in Eagle Eye, but also I think in Terminator, it was basically they saw the wickedness and it was like, look, man, these men are wicked, right? And then the robots themselves were able to be like, nah, this man's a devil, bro. We need to shut this shit down, man. You know, Eagle Eye, they basically watched because with the cons of Eagle Eye, they watched the government officials basically murk off innocent bunch of civilians, and the robot was like, nah, bro, this man's wicked. Right, we need to take him out, man.
They show you that in the new movie, Mission Impossible, man.
Oh, right.
The
They're
Day of
good.
Reckoning, man. Yeah, part one. Basically, AI is controlling shit.
God,
Basically
God.
controlling the war and all that. Making things appear that ain't really there. Making things happen that are not supposed to be happening. It's all the AI calculating shit 10 steps ahead of time. And they call the AI in the movie entity, showing you that it's a spiritual thing. It's a spirit that they're using the AI for. It's like the demonic, demonicisms, if you want to call that, even that's even a word. It's demonic possession and all that, basically. Yeah, through that technology on the left-hand side. And they're using AI to do it. They called it entity in the movie. And it was basically 10 steps ahead. Anything that was going to happen, they already calculated what all the circumstances, all the outcomes. It's like a Doctor Strange. Already calculated what's going to happen and the outcomes, and it's already prepared for what's going to take place. So there's no way out, basically. And Tom Cruise's characters, the IMF, and all that, trying to battle it and get ahead of it, and all that. That's just crazy. But they're showing you that the AI, man, is very powerful on the left hand side. And even recently, they've been talking about this CERN particle. How they're using the CERN particle to get into the spiritual realm. They call it the dark matter. The black matter. They call it getting into the dark matter, which is basically them trying to get into the spiritual realm, man. They're trying to get into the other side.
Well, they
Through that damn CERN particle, man.
So don't they also refer to one of them as the God particle?
The God particle, yeah.
They call it
the dark matter. Because there's a thing called not pseudo. Is it pseudo melanin? It's something. There's melanin of the skin, and then there's another term, which is basically like a spiritual aspect of it, and it's in regards to basically the dark matter. I think it's called pseudo melanin or something like that. But
that would be fake melanin. No.
If I can remember, I can't remember the actual something melanin basically. But it's to do with the spiritual realm. They're trying to access the spiritual realm basically. The dark matter, man. Which the dark matter is talking about the heavens, man. The heavens of the heavens. Because the Lord says in the book of Psalms that his pavilion is a dark, where the Lord dwells, his pavilion is darkness. In the book of Psalms it talks about that. So they're trying to get into that world, man. They're trying to access it, trying to get into the other side, trying to make basically they said in one news report on the BBC, I watched it on the late night show, whatever. I think it was at the tech show. That they know that there's other forces on the other side, there's other beings on the other side, and they're trying to contact them basically. So Esau knows that the angels are on the spiritual realm. He knows that that's where the angels and the demons dwell, and he's trying to get access to that. Lord ain't gonna let him do that. They already got a writing on the wall a while back. A while back when the Yeshawamba did the sit down, and I remember, and they got the writing on the wall when they tried to basically access that the other side. And they got a writing on the wall basically saying in Daniel's the 5th chapter where it talks about the writing on the wall, the end of a society. Esau's famé basically. He's done. He's through.
Just one more. This is Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yeah, in the book of Job it talks about Days being numbered to um days are not known to the evil, the oppressor, something to that nature. Let me get it.
Right. Yeah, man. The Lord has set up boundaries for this man. He can attempt to do this, he can attempt to do that, but ultimately he cannot do anything that Yahweh doesn't sanction, man. Right. So the farthest he's gonna go is only as far as the Lord is gonna allow him to go, which once again shows you his pride. Right. And I've got him holding Ezekiel 28 chapter.
Yeah, I've got it here. Job 15 and 20. It says, the wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and the number of his years is hidden to the oppressor. So these devils don't know when they're going out, man. They think that they're gonna keep ruling forever. But the Lord's got your number, man. Like this, like the term they say, he's got your number. The Lord's got your number. You can't. There's a bounds where you can't pass. So it tells you that also in Job. Let me see if there's any more on this. Oh yeah, can't. Verse 21. It says, a dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity, destroyer shall come upon him. And what's the destroyer? Nuclear war, man. You wanted to become the destroyer of worlds. Well, now you're gonna have the chance to destroy your own world, man. You destroy your own empire because of your vanity and your pride. The Lord's gonna let you use your own weaponry to destroy you. So you can thank Oppenheimer and them scientists that created that atomic bomb back during that time and gone from atomic to nuclear. Because that's what the Lord used you scientists to do. He gave you the inspiration to make those missiles to destroy yourselves, man. And the Lord said he gave you the blessing of the sword, the great sword, but that great sword was going to be your downfall, man. The Lord said you're going to be taken by your own wicked devices. So say, believeth not that, verse 22, he believeth not that he shall return out of darkness, and he is waited for of the sword. So you're waited for of the sword. It means you're done. There's nothing you can do to beat it. Job 14 and 5 told you the Lord set the bounds. Go ahead.
Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Exactly. And I read verse 23 now. It says, he wandereth abroad for bread, saying, where is it? He knoweth that the day of darkness is ready at his hand. Trouble and anguish shall make him afraid. They shall prevail against him as a king ready to the battle. So you devils are free, man. There's nothing you can do. And he just read Job 14 and 5. The Lord set the bounds which you cannot pass, man. So no matter what you devils try and do, where you trying to go, what portals you try and open in the earth, there's nothing you can do, man. You can see to all your astrologers and monthly prognosticators, all that not going to help you, man. You're going to have to go through what we went through, which is hardcore slavery. There's no escape. It's where the Lord's chosen people, and we have to suffer that. So how are you not going to suffer? You're just a bunch of heathens, man. You're as a drop of a bucket, spittle to the Lord. The Lord doesn't even consider you people nations, man, or peoples of importance, man. You're insignificant, man.
Persona non grata.
You're insignificant. The only people that the Lord's concerned with is the children of Israel. And even they're going off 2/3, man. That's why the Lord going to destroy them. So you're even more insignificant than we are, man. So that's why the Lord, when that time comes for your punishment, there's no escape for you, man. You're going to drink that. You're going to drink the dregs, man. You're going to drink every ounce of that cup to the bottom.
Jeremiah 49 and 12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Yeah, and that cup represents slavery. We had to drink of that cup. It's all throughout the history books, man. That's the main reason why you devils are on top now, because of the transatlantic slave trade. You made yourselves filthy rich. Not just rich, man, super duper rich, man.
Yeah.
Filthy, stinking rich. Like, where you're still spending money.
Old money.
Old money. That's what you call generational wealth, man. Slave money.
Yeah. And that's why those French colonies are pissed right now, man. That's why you're seeing what's happening, right? Because basically they kept talking about Niger, about how Niger basically produces like 80, basically, I'll just say, I won't put the numbers, I forget, but produces a shit ton of uranium, right? And then that is then used in France's nuclear power plants. But then the Niger people in Niger, they ain't got no electricity, right? But then not only that,
Niger has a lot of gold, right? But Niger has no gold mines. So has no gold reserves. Sorry. Yet France has no gold mines, but a load of gold reserves, right? Because he's French, right? And that's why a lot of these old French colonies, right? They're basically pissed right now, man. And it ain't like before where they did it. It ain't like the time of Gaddafi, right? These African leaders basically they saw what these devils did to Gaddafi. So it was like, okay, cool. If we want to, step, we've got to wait for a good time. And now's a good time because guess what? They got Russia on their side, man.
Well, you did this sit down the other day regarding Libya, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Asking for help from Russia.
Yep.
And that's indicative of the scriptures. That's fulfilling of the scriptures. Ezekiel 38 talks about what is it?
Russia being a garden snake.
Yeah.
No, but it says Libya, Persia, and who's the
yeah.
other one?
Ethiopia. Yep.
So Libya is asking for help from Russia now, which is Gog. And the land of Magog is talking about the land of Russia, man. So Gog is helping out right now. Is a hedge onto them neighboring cities, man, neighboring countries that they're doing business with, especially the BRICS. And then also places like Libya and all that, man. They're a hedge onto them. Even more so now, the African nations are fucking with the Russians heavy, man.
Yep.
Like very heavily, man. Like all the African nations are in business with Russia now on a major scale.
Yeah. And it's only and right now, fucking the government of Nigeria is looking like a whole bunch of coons, man. There's in that Western Hook corner, right, where you got like those old British territories, like it's a Nigeria being one of them, right? Yeah, the Nigeria is looking like a whole bunch of coons right now, man, because they're saying, we're gonna go and intervene in the war, this, that, and the other. Right, but that's the people's, right? So that's the government of the peoples, but the peoples on the ground, they're like, bro, we back what's happening in Mali, in Niger, right? They're like, yeah, go get these devils, man, because these devils have become rich, right, by spoiling.
Yeah, right. They keep fucking with all these African nations now. Now Russia's gonna step in.
Yeah.
So America's got to watch their step now, man. They can't just keep treading on other people's businesses no more. That they got a lot of interest over there in Africa, man.
Yeah.
Russia, man. So if America keeps overstepping the mark and keeps fucking around with these embargoes and shit like that, because now they're going after Jamaica because Jamaica don't want to fuck with America in regards to that LGBT shit, Q society shit. They're not with it. And now America's trying to sanction fucking Jamaica now because they said they're not down with the booty bandit thing, man. Jamaica's never been down with the batty boy. Going back to Booty Bantan and all that. Buying the batty boy head. They had to ban that song, man, because it was pushing that against the LGBT society. Even back then, what was that in the early 90s and all that, man? That's why these devils, man. Now they're trying to come after Jamaica. When you don't want to play ball and accept their demonocracy, their democracy, which entails all that filthy fornication. Now they want to throw sanctions, man. Well, fuck you. All the nations are starting to say fuck America, man. They're dumping the dollar, and they're doing it. And they're setting up their own businesses, man. At the end, they're all going to take that mark of the beast system because that's going to be the new form of money. So they're all going to be involved in it. Even Russia, China, all these different countries, they're all going to be involved in that new world order. But it's still going to come to world war blows.
Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the poor, the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Hey man, all over Africa right now, even on the point with Russia, they've forgiven about circa 20 billion. I believe the number.
All their debts and that they basically covered all their debts.
Yeah.
So it's just a big interest and big money situations, investments and all that Russia got over there in Africa. Man.
And not only that, also giving them free grain, free grain, transport, everything.
Taking care of them.
Yeah. And it's untied, right? Because once again, Esau, when he's given aid, which to be fair, the Russians are Edomites anyway. Let's say the Western Edomites, right? When they give aid, they give something called tied aid, right? Because there's conditions to that aid. Right, it ain't free. They make it sound like it, just like Ukraine, right? What's actually happening with Ukraine is something I believe it's the Lend-Lease Act, right? Where basically I forget the thing, but you can read into for those that are watching. Look into Lend-Lease Act to Ukraine, man. Right, it ain't free. When they say we're donating billions of dollars worth of weaponry to Ukraine, no, those are loans.
right? Those are loans. But Russia, the Russians, they're giving these African nations the grain, right, for free, real free, free. Right now, of course, they have their vested interest because they know that those countries have a lot of natural resources, right? So their interest not going to pretend like they aren't. We're still dealing with the devil, right? Sirach 12 and 10.
Right. Hey, man. At the end of the day, this man Esau Edom has exploited Jake for centuries, man. And that's why the Heavenly Father Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to give us the upper hand, and he's going to fight for us also, as it is written, when the times are coming. And the valley of Jehoshaphat goes into the Hebrew Yahweh Shaphat, the Most High's judgment. The Lord's going to judge the nations, man, for the sake of Israel. He's going to lead the charge, because without the Lord, we're not able to physically fight these devils, man. They're too strong for us carnally, and that's why the Lord's going to spiritually intervene. You know, in Congo, for example, Congo's another example. Hey, you go into like the mining conditions, even to this day, of those children in Congo and those mines, yeah. Hey, they're going through absolute hell. Hell isn't even a good enough word to describe the conditions that those people over there in Congo are suffering. But they're the reason that you got smartphones and iPads and laptops and
all the waste that they drop over there, all the waste,
Teslas, yeah,
all that waste that Esau be dropping, and cargoes and dumps and like tons of waste that they dump it over there in West Africa and shit, man. You know, they dump it in their wastelands, man. You know, and they have to live on that. That's why their waters and everything's polluted. You know, the Congolese and all that. You know, different parts of Africa.
Yeah.
All that waste has contaminated their waters. You know, and they have to live there, man. They have to live in those dump lands, wastelands, man.
And then Esau will still be out here like a hypocrite, trying to talk to you about environmental agendas. Like he cares about the earth.
And then they're actually going through the rubbish and all that stuff, trying to make things out of it. They're using certain things, old technologies, to make new technology, basically.
Yeah.
The Jakes are the innovators, man. So he's still got a lot to pay for, man. All this dumping of the waste and all that on our people over there in West Africa. He's got a lot to pay for, man.
That's it. He's got a lot to pay for, and the Lord is going to pick up. Is basically coming back to get that tab paid, man. Right?
Coming to collect.
Well, that's it. Proverbs 17:5. Whoso mocketh the poor reproacheth his maker, and he that is glad at calamity shall not be unpunished. This man, at the end of the day, man, has destroyed Jake. You had to even build a Hell Gates in Nigeria recently, and he went over there on some mission statement. I don't even know if he was going there with some new false medicines that he was trying to promote. And by the end of the day, even those 2/3 Jakes over there accepted him, man. But that just goes to show that at the end of the day, our people are literally, man, blinded in the spirit of darkness, and they really believe that this man is transformed into an angel of light. They believe that he
has in their eyes.
Yeah, in their eyes.
He's transformed into an angel of light. But really, it's the devil, man.
Yeah.
Incarnated.
All things, but it's well, whenever I think of this precept, right? So Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Right, not knowing who your enemies are, knowing who your enemy is an important bit of knowledge, man. Right?
Jake knows, but he just don't want to believe it.
That's it.
They don't want to drink the Kool-Aid, man. They don't want to drink drink the red pill.
Because Benjamin's is a perfect example of that, man. All the tracks, chart down Babylon, all of that stuff, right?
It'll be like ravenous wolves.
You know, but then they'll do, when push comes to shove, they'll happily accept Esau into the cookout, man.
Yeah,
right.
Esau's the one providing the food. That's right.
Yep. Since my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. Right? So, knowledge of the Most High, man, is important. Without it, you're going to be destroyed. Right? You just look at the whole thing of the CV, man, especially like Jakes that were doing good. Well, they ran for that shit. I also speak with the Jakes that I know, man. Right? We said bloody Nigerians as well. Right? It was like, I've gone to get the shots. With a big grin, on their face. Why? Because they trusted it in this system, man. Right? They, for them, it was like, look, man, I live a good life now. Right? They was like,
let me in the house.
Yeah, master let me in the house. Yeah.
Happy slaves, like master let me in the house. You know, master actually ain't all that bad. Master's kind of all right,
Ah,
right? So then what did they do? They went and they took the juice, man. And then now is, you know, as we, it's just a waiting game now. See what happens, man.
Got a lot of our people that are a bunch of house niggas.
Yeah,
They love this system. They love the way it is. They don't want to leave, man.
yeah.
It's like Stefan, man, Stephen, whatever his name was, in
Oh,
Candyland. They
Oh,
don't want to leave.
yeah,
They don't want to
yeah,
leave
yeah.
Candyland, man.
They don't want to leave. Bastard, no.
They don't want to leave Candyland, man. It was born and
what's
bred.
that
It
nigga?
was born and bred in the society, and they
Oh,
want to
no,
die here.
That's it.
Majority of the people that it's Jake that want this place to go on, man.
That's it.
When you look at the stats and all that, it's Jake that really want this place to stay the way it is, man. You know, they love this place. They love the wickedness, man.
Mm.
They love to have it so, as I read earlier, man.
Mm.
You know, and they was it Saint Jeremiah that they in 4:22 that they're wise to do evil.
Yeah.
They're wise to do evil, man. So they love the way this place is, man.
Yeah.
They love the darkness. They love the fucking,
Yeah.
the grittiness of the society. They don't want to leave.
But
They think there's nothing after this.
yeah. So like I was gonna say on that analogy you gave of Stefan and Candyland, Jake is gonna try to do what Stefan did at the end after Massa was dead.
Trying to save.
Right, he tried to say, but he tried, when the house is burning, he tried sneaking out, right? And Jamie Foxx's character's like, nah, you had your chance. He's like, you had your chance. Nah, you held hand in hand with this devil. What does the scripture
I've
say?
got it. Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Yeah, and then also there's the other one which says, those that be joined unto them shall be thrust through, man.
Yeah, by the sword.
Yeah. You gonna be killed because you made friends with this devil, man. Hey, the main ones, let's be real, when crackers come out, we tell them they're the devil. You get some that might refute, but the main ones that will be like, no, but it's Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always want to play the devil's advocate.
Yeah. Esau's like, yeah, we did do a little fucked up shit, didn't we? Yeah, we did drop them bombs in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Yeah, we did take you niggas in slavery. Yeah, we did that. They know their history. They know it. Their hope is just for those coon jakes that want to protect them, man.
That's it.
So was it that one? Oh, I had this one before. It's Ezekiel 28.
And those are the same niggas that used to come on the comment boards falling and scoffing. Those are the ones that want to save the society. They want to save Esau. The same ones that will come up saying, "Oh, the white man can't be saved." They don't want to hear this truth.
Yeah, it's like cool. Go.
Go join vocab, man.
Exactly. 2 Peter 3:3, knowing this first, that they shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, right, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? Right, and that's what they'll come. Oh no, it goes on to say, actually, let me just finish it. So for since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Right? It was nothing's changed though. Right, but you've been saying that for X, Y, and Z years. Right? Oh, but remember when you said this, not understanding that the Lord is working, man.
Yeah.
Right? For us, once again, the Lord has had mercy on us. Our eyes are open, and we do what the scriptures say, which is to watch and pray. Right? And when you're watching, you're just there like, oh, damn, that's that precept being fulfilled there. That's that. Okay, that prophecy being fulfilled. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Exactly,
right?
That's exactly what it is. That's prophecy being fulfilled. It doesn't happen in our time or when exactly when we say it is. Doesn't mean it's not going to come to pass.
That's
Romans
it.
3:3, man.
Yeah.
In the faith of the Most High, be about what's it called? How does it say
God
that?
forbid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It says,
some did not believe.
Yep. It says Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe?
7, yeah.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid, yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Yeah, so what if some don't believe, man? The Lord don't care. Right, but then that's why ultimately, what does it say? 2 Ezra 9, I believe. It says, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, man, which incredulity means disbelief.
The unbelievers.
Yeah, unbelievers, like, fuck, if they don't believe, they don't believe. Like, and that's one of the for instance, you said at the top of the lesson, you quoted about, in the mouth it's sweet, but in the belly it's bitter. Part of that bitterness is actually, people that you quote unquote before you came into this truth love ain't gonna get it.
Yeah,
Ain't gonna get it.
all
And they,
Israel is not going to be
that's
saved,
it.
man. Don't believe Nate and all the ICPK saying we're all here for all black people and all that.
Yeah.
All black people are not going to be delivered, man. You know, we're not all black anyway, man. You guys are just black in the mind.
Mm.
You know, not all black people are going to be delivered, and we don't love niggas. You know, niggas are going to be destroyed, man. Even yesterday, yesterday when I was on my way home, man. I'm on my way home, eating my food quietly on the train. Some nigga just jumps up off his seat, comes to sit next to me, like just disturbing me for no reason, breathing in my face with his shit weed breath, you know, smelling like horse shit and weed mixed together, breathing in my face while I'm trying to eat my food. Talk about I want to show you something. I'm like, what the fuck? You just invaded my space, man. What the fuck are you doing, man? You didn't ask to come and speak to me. You just jumped up, jumped in the seat, trying to say, look at this, look at this. I'm like, bro, who the fuck are you, man? Now I don't want to know what you're gonna show me. I don't care if it was anything good. Get the fuck up and go back to your seat, man. You just totally just being a nigga, man, and acting like you didn't do nothing wrong. I'm like, bro, you just disrespecting my space, man.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is your problem? You can see I'm eating. I said, when you see a lion eating, a hungry lion eating, do you walk up to a fucking hungry lion?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen if you walk up to that lion, bro?
It's
You said you're
be
gonna get
peak.
munched. You're gonna get munched, innit? So what the fuck you walking up to me when I'm eating, man?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? Like, you ain't got no respect, man, no
Yeah.
decency, blood.
Hey, but
And he just there, oh,
yeah.
you know, I want no blood. You know, don't get mad, blood. Don't get, what do you mean, don't get mad, blood.
Hey, Jake's full
Dickhead.
of shit, man.
Jake's fucking stupid, man. And this is why the Lord gonna kill you niggas. And
Yeah.
we don't pray for no 2/3 reprobate niggas, man.
Yeah.
We pray that the Lord kills your asses, man. Just like Jeremiah did. You stuck up for your asses against the Lord, for the Lord. And then you niggas was trying to kill him, man. So
Yeah.
then he got to come to the realization that, look, fuck these niggas, man. Let a troop come into their houses, man. That's what's gonna happen.
It is
Troops are
what's
gonna
gonna
come
happen,
bursting
yeah.
through you niggas' doors, man. All you niggas talking about drilling this and drilling that. You're gonna be getting drilled in the middle of the night by them
Yeah.
fucking martial law troops when they bust through your
Yeah.
fucking doors, man.
Well, the elder brother used to say it all the time, man, about how you have these trained guys, these trained military guys that see Jake acting a fool and they cannot wait.
They use you as fucking shooting
Yeah.
targets, man. They got your picture on the fucking stand, and they're just shooting at the picture like they're targeting niggas. They ain't got no Edomites on there. They're targeting niggas in the ghetto with their asses, their trousers down from the bottom of their ass. You know, talking all this dumb slang shit. Talking about I'm gang. That's the targets that they're looking at.
Ganko.
You know, with the new era hats and all that on.
Yeah.
They've got targets on you. They got
Yeah.
you know, like scoping you out,
Yeah.
shooting you, practicing how they're gonna take you niggas out.
Yeah. Because Jake is like just like you said, no respect. They think they're cool. Everything's cool. Nah, but it's like what? Nah. There's certain levels of decency you're supposed to
Niggas
have.
ain't got
Decorum.
no fucking
Decorum,
no
that's the
respect,
word.
man. I
Like-
said, bro, it's acting like I said, brother,
Yeah.
I'm older than you. We're not the same
Yeah.
fucking age. You know, this is blood. You know. I said, bro, you ain't got no wisdom, bro. You know how to use
Yeah.
wisdom. If you wanted to come and approach a brother, why don't you just come and politely
Yeah.
say, bro, I want to talk to you for a second. Can I, you know,
Yeah.
like any reason. If that was a white man, I guarantee you would have done that. He wouldn't have just jumped up,
Yeah.
sat next to him, say, yeah, look at this. Don't fucking know you from Adam, man. What the
Yeah.
fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Get the fuck up and go back to your fucking seat, man.
Yeah.
Before it goes to the next level.
That's it.
Because you already violated my space.
Yeah.
Then you're breathing with that shit breath in my face, man. Making me not even want to eat my food anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? He was a demon, bro.
Yeah.
Zechariah 13:8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but
Yeah.
the third shall be left therein.
And
I see one video, not to cut you off, I see one video, a cab driver, Uber driver with these 2 niggas in the back. He was driving and all of a sudden these 2 niggas try to pull out guns and try to rob him.
What?
So then he just thought, what the fuck?
Oh yeah,
Hit the gas pedal and started speeding. He
Yeah,
said,
I
oh, you
remember
niggas want to kill me? Oh, you're going to die today.
Yeah.
They start speeding, swerving, and the niggas in the back screaming, "Ah!" Screaming for their lives like a little bitches, you know? And then he managed to stop the car, and then they all jump out. And I guess the guys ran away, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's what we don't pray for none of you. You
Nah.
niggas need death.
And we pray you die. That's
Pray that
it.
you die the
That's
worst
it.
death, man.
That's it.
Known to man.
Because you
Like,
make
fuck you niggas, man.
you make the whole nation look bad, man. Like
A
what?
bunch of
Yeah.
gremlins, man.
Like what happened in New York yesterday, man? Where basically one TikToker was like, "Yo, man, giveaway," and then these fucking young gremlins, right, just basically went up and just basically invaded New York. You know, invaded New York, and you see them, you watch them just go and buck wild, and just like, man,
right? And of course, you once again you have these, these, for instance, the well-to-do crackers, but then you also get those crackers that are a bit more like anti, like your fucking what's his name, man? What's that fucking EDL guy? Although he's here, but you got similar guys like that, man. Tommy Robinson
Toby Robinson.
type crackers, but the American versions that are watching, gritting their teeth. Look at these animals, right? But that's why Esau's pushing all of that stuff in the media, right? Because he's getting ready. He's stoking up he's stoking up the tensions, man. Right, and ready for these different class wars, race wars, whatever wars that are about to come up on this world, man.
You niggas ain't gonna make it, man.
Nah.
You do gremlin ass, scorpion ass niggas are not gonna make it. You're gonna die some horrendous deaths out here, grievous deaths, and we're welcoming it, man. We can't wait to see your damn corpses in the middle of the damn street, man. Because you niggas ain't right, man. You niggas are just reprobate, and you're just wicked, man. You ain't got no fucking respect for your elders, man. You know, a bunch of demons, man.
Jeremiah 15:2, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as are for death to death, such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, such as are for the captivity to the captivity, and I'll point over them four kinds, saith the Lord Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
Well, the book of Amos, man, the 5th chapter describes the day of the Lord as a day of darkness. As if a man leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him, and multitude of dangers, man. Basically, ultimately speaking, continuous hell. And that's what the majority of our people are in for, because they trust in this man's society. And even further than that, they take it further than the level where Esau's willing to go. And these Jake, at the end of the day, really are a terror unto themselves and their own people, man. And that's why ultimately, when the Heavenly Father brings this judgment, like it's written up in Ezekiel the 9th chapter, if you don't have the Fawwah, you're not gonna have a mark of exception, and there's literally gonna be peak for you, like you said, man. There's gonna be no mercy, no prisoners. Those angels are gonna go to work and perfectly execute the judgment of the Lord, man. There's gonna be gruesome death. The scripture speaks about wailing and gnashing of teeth. Darkness, man. Extreme darkness.
You'll also cast them out into utter darkness, man. So you're gonna be catching hell, and all your cries, all your lamentations. You're gonna watch your parents getting put to death right before your eyes. Your little sister Tay Tay, Nay Nay, whoever it is, man. You're gonna see them getting slaughtered, right before you, and you're gonna be the last one to get slaughtered, man. The Lord gonna make your death even more painful than what your other family members went through, man. The Lord gonna make sure you niggas see death in the grievous ways where you're never gonna forget, man, that you fucked up.
Yeah, that's what it says. Daniel's son shall awake to shame, man.
Your wives are gonna be you're bereaved and all that. You people are gonna start losing things, man. You're gonna lose your life, all of that, man. And as judgment, we ain't gonna be as I said, man. We ain't gonna be lamenting for you niggas. We're gonna be lifting up pride for none of you niggas, man. We wish death upon you, man. Literally, we pull, the demons on the left hand side with Satan to jump on your asses, and the angels of the Lord to chase you, man. Like King David said, let them chase you, man, to your death, man.
This is the book of Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
The sinners of our people shall die by the sword, man. That's it. That's what's coming, man. We can't stress that enough. Like Jake taking everything for a fucking joke, a game. Just like that Jake that came up here. If he doesn't, suit up and boot up before it's too late, he gonna end up like these two-third gremlins out here, man.
Sure.
We're catching all kinds of hell. And the Lord's not going to hear his prayers, whatever he's going through, man. The Lord's cutting it down coming down to the wire. He's cutting things down to the wire. The Lord's straightforward. Whether you're hot or cold, there's no lukewarm in this, man. The Lord don't deal with a lukewarm. Whether you're in this thing, it's either you're in this thing or you're not, man. The Lord don't deal with a lukewarm, man. You playing the fence and all that. The Lord ain't dealing with that, man. In and out and all that shit. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're either in this thing or you're out, man. And if you're out, you're going to be with the world, man. You're going to die like a nigga in the world. If you're in, then you might have a chance and hope that the Lord going to protect you, man. You got to do the work, man. Faith without works is dead. And vice versa, man. So we got to put our hands to the plow, keep pushing this word, man. Until that's all we've been commanded to do. Just keep pushing this word, man. Even if it's one video a day, one video every other 2 days, you've got to continue to do this work. You can't stop doing the work, man. Because if you do, then you're taking your hands off the plow, and then you're gonna have to deal with that consequence, man. There's a consequence for everyone's actions, man. There's no escape.
Yeah.
But these niggas of the world, they ain't got no fucking reprimand. They ain't got no fucking chance of exemption from nothing. They're
So,
just gonna go through, more hell and untimely shit than ever before until their death day, man. Whether it be in Jacob's trouble or they have to wait to take the mark and get hit with a nuclear missile, man. But they're condemned.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, man. You know. Anyway, some last scriptures. The brother's got to go to work.
Yeah, I've got this. Is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right. So the times comes gonna be time of Jacob's trouble, man. Right. The real time of testing. Right. But the elect, right? The elect's gonna be saved, and that's what we. It says that in Ezra. Right. Take therefore no more thought about how the wicked shall perish.
Yeah.
But
fuck them niggas.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Can't, but rather basically spend time,
righteous.
how shall be saved, and that's what we need to be concerned on.
That's all we need to be concerned with. Them that are doing the work like we're doing it, and them that are concerned with this truth as much as we are, man. In that righteous spirit. We ain't concerned with no niggas of the world. We don't care. We're friends with whoever, man. Your favorite uncle, your auntie, whatever. If they're not in this truth, that's it, man. Don't worry about them, man. You'll see them again.
See them in the kingdom.
You just got to worry about yourself and brethren that are like-minded spirit, man. The Akim, the Lord. That's why the Lord said, "Who's my mother? Who's my brother?" But them that do the will of the Father. The Lord cursed out his family, man. He left his family behind to go and do the work of the Lord, to do the ministry at the age of 12 years old. That's how important this shit is. That's how important this work is, man.
Yep. So,
your family gonna come up against you. You're gonna have to make a decision, man. Whether your family is more important than the Lord or what vice versa. You're gonna have to choose rightly. You're gonna have to make the wise decision, man. If you choose your family over the Lord, then that's your death, man. Because your family can't save you from what's coming. The Lord can save you, though. The Lord can save you and your family. How about that?
Matthew 10:37. Come on. Let's say
Matthew 10:37.
Yeah. Oh, it's loaded now.
Don't read it.
Yeah.
Matthew 10:37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it.
So it's about sacrifice. It's about sacrificing, man. Doing things that you don't want to ultimately do, but it's for your betterment, man. It's for the kingdom.
So,
for that consolation and salvation, man. Like Apostle was reading the other day. Consolation and salvation is talking about getting into the kingdom, man. We're fighting to get into the kingdom. You know, so everything you lose on this side is not all dead in the water, man. Because everything you lose over here is temporal anyway. Whether it's a family member, whether it's money, whether it's your house, all this shit is temporal, man. In the kingdom, you're gonna have eternity to build a house, to have houses and palaces and castles, or whatever you want to have, or mansions. Or you're gonna have as many family members as you want. You're gonna have as many kids as you want. You're gonna have eternity to build all that. Have that for yourself, and no one take it away from you forever. Well, you gotta be willing to give up certain things on this side. Everything's a sacrifice. You know, present your bodies as a living sacrifice. That's why we're out here now. It's a fight, man, but it's a good fight. At the end, you're gonna reap what you reap the benefits, man, which is the kingdom, man. That's what we're here for. We're not here because we're just, for this world. We're here because we're trying to get into the kingdom.
Yeah.
And we see the kingdom coming.
It's close.
It's close, man. It's lucky. It's close. It's closer than ever before. No, it's fat, innit? It's closer than we ever seen before, man. Now is our salvation nearer. You see what's happening. The prophecies are here, man. As we've been saying, it's months away. It ain't no years no more. It's months away. Literally, this time next year, we could be in the Lord's kingdom, man. Because Esau's about to push this chick like never before, man. Who knows what's going to happen this winter? They're already talking about new vid situation this winter and all that. You know, Esau's getting ready to do some shit. So we got to be prepared, man, spiritually and mentally. and physically as well, you know, in some sort of way. Try and maintain a good type of health. But mainly, it's a spiritual walk, man. Spiritual walk. You got to be mentally prepared for what's coming, man. That's why it says wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at that time. It didn't say money's going to be the stability. You got guys all talking about money, this, money, that. Money's not going to be stable. It's just stability. Wisdom and knowledge is going to be a stability in that time. Which is where the only place you can get that is in the scriptures. You ain't getting it from no Quran, no other book.
None shall want a mate.
None shall want a mate, man. Everyone's gonna realize that the one true book is the Bible, man. Because that's the only book that has prophecy that's coming to pass. Even in Redacted, they brought that out the other day when it's talking about MOT to the B. There's all kinds of people quoting Revelations 13 and 16 and all that and saying, look, people on the comment board are saying that's the mark of the beast. And then he says, yeah, I believe that's where it is. And then the wife she was backtracking. So first she was agreeing, then she started to backtrack. Because you know how the women are. You know, they just don't want to believe the truth. It's the chip, man. It is the chip. My husband Morris was saying, yeah, it's the chip, man. I believe what the people on the comment board are saying. It's the mark of the beast. We're here, man. That's what we're going to keep saying. We're here. So our job is to keep watching, keep praying, and keep pushing, man. Any last words, man? We're going to close out.
Nah.
So with that, you know, because brother's got to go to the plantation and all that, so, you know, Salakia. But, you know, Lord's will be here next week. Spend some more time with the Akim, man, doing these online epistles. First and foremost, lastly, you know, give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, L'Kafadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful and sincere elect.
Shalom.
Man. You right there, bro?